Speaking of hot mics, mine is so hot it's making me sweat. How you doing, everyone? Thank you so much for joining us here at the Guild Superior, where we like to play games. That's what we do. That's what we do. That's what we do every day, every night. Well, no, not every day and every night, but as often as we can. Thank you for joining us here on this first of four Lord of the Rings 5e game that is published by Free League. They do have the One Ring game, but this is their 5e variant. Fell in love with it when we did streams with it recently, and I wanted to go back to Middle Earth. And as we all know, Middle Earth is a very dangerous place, very, very dangerous place. You can't just randomly go there on your own. You got to bring friends. Now, hopefully you have some hobbitses and some dwarves, but I have humans, and I would like you to meet them right now. Look at all these beautiful little human faces that I have with me tonight. Hello, people. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Oh, hanging in there, hanging in there. I got to swim for the first time today. It was super hot and it was nice. It kind of brings, it's feel good. It's feel good. We have some amazing players. As always, it's kind of a thing. It's kind of a trademark we got here at Guild Superior. Amazing players. Our GMs, but our players, man, smoking hot. I got a whole bunch of them tonight that are pretty awesome. And before we go any further, I would like to give them a chance to tell you who they are, what they're doing, what they're selling, all that good stuff. And we will begin by someone who needs no introduction, for she has graced the Guild Superior screens many a time, and very recently also graced our ears with her beautiful singing voice. Secrets. And I have named Ashley.
Hey everybody, I'm Ashley, Minnesota Muse 99 on Twitter. You can catch me here on this channel on Tuesdays for Heroes of Greyhawk. But tonight, I am playing for you Aelwyn Silversteel, an elf with all the classic elfy kind of trappings. I am going to shoot some bows, kick some butt. It's going to be awesome.
An elf with all the trimmings. All dressed elf.
That's right.
With
it's
all
like
the tropes. That's great.
Thanksgiving for elves. I don't know what that would be.
I don't know. No. Probably eat like leaves and shoots and stuff. That'd be boring. No turkey there. But thank you, Ashley, for showing up. I think it's the first time I'm going to GM you. Well, actually, no, we did with the
we did some short stuff. Yeah.
That's true. But so glad you joined this game. So happy to dive into this with you. Thank you so much for being here. Next up, the man with the single worst Canadian accent I've ever heard, but he makes up for it with that devilish glint in his eye. I have named Josh. Josh, what's up, Josh?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh.
Terrible.
I will not do that again. I'm sorry. Hello, I'm Josh. You can find me on Twitter at Devon Knight. I float around between places and appear randomly, either when you want me or when you don't want me. I just appear. And I will be playing Carlem, son of Throic, who is a wandering dwarf, bit of an old man, very close to retirement. And yeah, we'll see what sort of adventures we get on.
Don't be afraid. It'll be okay. Josh is at the other end of the world, and it's really late right now. So if he falls asleep during the game, it's not because I'm a boring GM. It's because he's a madman staying up late to play with us. Thank you. Appreciate you making all that effort for us. Josh actually is probably person online in this whole streaming business that I've known the longest at this point, actually, as he was there back in the day when I very, very first started doing this a little over a year ago. So it took us this long to play together. What you gonna do?
Which is a crime, and we're now rectifying it.
That's right. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. Don't fall asleep. Next up, someone who has a whole new background, but we're not getting to see it now because it's all blurry. But you know her from several of our games, including some Mothership, including some Vaesen that we've done together. And it's a pleasure for me to welcome again Aria, or Rachel, also she is. No, I've never known which one you prefer, Aria or Rachel.
Both is
Both?
fine. Thanks,
Aria
Bleak.
Rachel.
I'm so happy to be here. I am Arya Galaxy, also known as Rachel. You can follow me on Twitter at Carollo_Rachel, and I am a TTRPG enthusiast and friend of the guild. And I'm so excited tonight that I am playing Lan Hardybow, the human born and raised in Bree, and ready to take on the adventure. You may have seen me in Bleakseason game for Halloween back in October. And since then, I've been in quite a few guild games, and I took a little hiatus while I was moving jobs and all sorts of exciting stuff. So I'm super excited to be back for the summer.
Awesome. Glad to have you back. We did have a good time with that Vason game back in the day where you played two characters for me, even though you two characters that were the same person. So that was
Yeah, that was wild. Spoilers for
spoilers.
Game from 6 months ago.
It's more than 6 months. When was it? Well, yeah, it was at Halloween last year, so it was a bit more.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's a while.
and you did a
but
wonderful job. So
thank you. You did a wonderful job too. And
thank
despite all the times I'm in the chat making fun of Bleak, I actually adore him. So I'm super excited to play.
I mean, you know, most people would say those exact same words. So I'm just making funnable, making funnable.
Yeah,
There you go. Must be the Canadian in me.
that's what it is.
That's what it is. And finally, brand new here, I think. Have you appeared on any? Yeah, brand new. All right, brand new here. First time tonight, the man, the myth, the beard, Alex. What's up, Alex? How you doing?
Pretty good. Thanks for having me.
Mm-hmm.
So, I am playing Faron. He is going to be a Ranger of the North, so be fun to see what adventures he gets up to. Like Bleak said, I am new to Guild Superior as far as streaming. I've kind of hung out in their Discord channel a bit, and then I'm also in the LFTA Discord as well, and I've done 1 or 2 one-shots with them as well. So that's where you can find me. Either of those Discords. I'm usually do not microwave.
Oh, that's you.
Yeah.
Solid
I've seen-
advice.
Yeah.
I've seen do not mind that name pop up a couple times, but I didn't know it was your alter ego.
Yes.
Thank you so much for being here. We love the looking for Live from the Apocalypse people here, good friends of ours. They do fantastic stuff. Do go and check them out. Always working for great causes, and just some very swell people. And very happy to have you here also tonight, Alex. And we will try and take it easy on you. But it's your first time, so you're probably going to be the first to die. Just saying. Hold on 1 second. Sorry about that. Okay. All right. Before we continue, just a couple of more little plugs for you people, and then we'll dive right into it. Just another minute, and then we'll dive right into it. I am, of course, the Bleakseason. You can find me at the Bleakseason on Twitter, hanging out here. I play in Dave's Tuesday game with Ashley and Greyhawk, and I'll be here doing this game for the next 4 weeks. I also have a 2-shot The Witcher coming up in a couple of weeks, but I'll tell you more about that at a later date. My producer, as always, is Andy, great Andy, who fixes everything that I break as we go along. So I super appreciate Andy. Thank you so much, Andy, for helping out. We do use music from Tabletop Audio. The music you're hearing right now, check them out. Their website has tons of free music that you can grab for your games. If you throw a couple bucks at their Patreon, you can also get a whole bunch more variations on their songs. A lot of great stuff. Do check them out. We are playing, as I said, the 5e rule set for Lord of the Rings, which is published by Free League. Big Free League people here. We love all their stuff, and this game has really kind of hit a chord with us, so expect to see more of it in the future. Definitely check it out if you're into 5e stuff, and if you're into Lord of the Rings. They've done a tremendous job with it. We are at Guild Superior, of course. We want to give a big shout out to all our peoples. DM Dave, who's not here right now. Usually I have to mention DM Dave and Ashley also, but Ashley is here tonight. So DM Dave, everybody else in our chat, everybody else posting coffee memes, and hanging out. The information should be popping in the chat, so please do come and hang out with us if you should feel like it. Finally, a reminder, you can help out our players tonight if you wish by buying advantages for them. 100 bits will buy a player of your choice an advantage, which when the filthy horses show up may be useful for them. That's it. That's all. Oh, maps. I'm using maps tonight from two sources. Our friend Solution, who does incredible fantasy maps and science fiction maps, and animated dungeon maps. I always want to say ADD, but it's animated dungeon maps. Also check out their Patreons. The information will be popping in chat. You'll see some of their maps appear tonight. They do amazing stuff. And with all that out of the way, y'all ready? Y'all ready to travel to Middle Earth? Middle
Oh
Earth?
yeah.
Just somewhere in Canada,
Oh, yeah.
in Regina and Saskatoon. Or so I hear. Or so I hear. As the leaves now settle into a thick carpet of riotous colors, and the wind turns northerly, bringing with it crisp, cold evenings and a hint of possible flurries soon to come, the fall market of Brie, the last major market festival of the year, is winding down. Already, most of the merchants from the farther places have packed up and either already disappeared down the road or are making their goodbyes to friends and acquaintances they shan't meet again until the spring. Still, a few of the hardier travelers or those of nearby settlements linger behind, looking for that last bit of trade or that final fortuitous sale that will make the coming winter months that much more comfortable. Yonder, Barnabas Butterbur is supervising the unloading of one final keg, ready to be tapped for the last few drinkers still sitting at the long tables beneath the majestic elm where Barnabas, the wizened old owner of the prancing pony, always sets up on market days. His youngest son, Doran, strokes the fire pit over which a whole boar is roasting. Here, Mrs. Crabapple is hurriedly making some travel quarts of her famous stew for those hitting the road and desiring a final taste of Brie cooking before the end of the day. And all around, the people have that mixture of joy and melancholy of another successful market coming to an end. The melancholy is especially palpable as winter is but a few weeks away now. But it has been a decent year in Brie, and the larders are stocked, new blankets and wool socks have been made, wood split and corded by every house, tobacco reserves refilled and carefully stored away. It's that time of year where everything feels like it's winding down, a twilight of the warm and joyous days of summer. The four of you, Brie wardens, are circulating amongst the last revelers, packing merchants in colorful stalls, keeping an eye out for trouble and an ear out for gossip. You've all agreed to do one final round, each picking a different direction, and to come back around to meet up again and go enjoy a well-earned dinner at the Pony once the green empties out. The four of you then find yourselves traveling around the market here at Brie. I will give you a little map of Brie here. The market is set up at the green, which is sort of the central area of the town, right over here, right in between the Prancing Pony, the well-known inn of the town, the counting house, which is the bank, the armory, where a lot of you store your weapons and equipment and meet up with the other Brie wardens, as well as the Reeves Hall, the Reeve who is the leader of the town. Your jobs as Brie wardens are mostly just to walk around, make sure that nothing's amiss, that people who need help get the help that they need, and for the most part, you're, more. Let's just say that it's not a high action job that you have. It's mostly about knowing the populace and just being there when someone needs a hand. But on the market days, it becomes a little bit more rambunctious sometimes because there's people from everywhere. There are merchants that come from very far away, a lot of travelers coming through. And so there's usually a little bit more of a feeling of tension or expectation that things could happen. Nothing ever really happens. Let's face some facts. But you never know. The four of you are now walking each in a different direction throughout the market, taking a last look at what people have on offer, seeing if there's anything you might want to pick up for yourself, and just making sure that everything is going fine. Josh, let's begin with you, since your character is the elder of the group, some would say. As you move through the market area, what would people see?
So moving through, anybody looking towards Carlin would see a dwarf, probably about 4'3", 4'5", with braided black and grey hair, predominantly grey over black, with a uncharacteristically shorter beard, wearing very heavy looking leather metal armor, so sort of like a ring mail mixed in with some leather pieces. He's been told he needs to be a bit sneakier, but he just can't give up wearing heavy armor. So nice big green cloak, shield on his back with a battle axe, and also carrying a dagger and standard axe as well. Just sort of moving around, just greeting everybody as I go past, and just making sure everybody's doing all right.
Hey, Carlin, come over here.
Yes.
You see one of the dwarven. There's always a number of dwarven merchants that come through town at this time of year, and there's a number of them that you know, and some of them are probably distant cousins and whatnot. And this is one of them who's calling you, and give me a hand with this. It's way too heavy for me. I'm getting too old for this. He's got this big sort of chest that he's kind of trying to bring up into his wagon there. Grab your end.
You're a whippersnapper compared to me. Come on. Get down, lift it up.
Yeah, tell my back. Tell that to my back. Man, I really should have thought about it when I decided to go into the blacksmithing business. I think that maybe herbalism would have been better. This crap's heavy. He turns it around and pushes it in place. Whew. Mops his forehead.
That's why you should get yourself a bit of young blood. Somebody to help you lift it. Or when I retire, I'm going to be getting myself a little blacksmith in place, and I'm going to make sure I've got some apprentices who can help me around and do all the heavy lifting while I just smash away.
Well, that's the dream, isn't it? You gonna settle here, or you gonna go back home?
I'm thinking about settling here. I don't really have a home. I'm more of a wanderer.
Oh yeah, that's right. You got that itch about you. Always got to be going looking somewhere else. Well, I've been traveling quite a bit these past few years, and let me tell you, I'm looking forward to the day where I don't have to anymore. I'm just gonna sit in my home in the mountain and just put my feet up next to the fire and just watch them roast like chestnuts.
That sounds amazing. I too cannot wait for that day, but
just too old for
me.
This road. No. Well, good luck with that. I hope that things work out for you.
Yes, be safe on your journeys, and I will see you again next time. Yes.
I don't know. It's kind of getting dangerous to travel. The East Road's not as safe as it used to be. Just a couple days ago, they said a couple of hobbits from Buckland apparently stumbled upon a patrol of orcs in the Great Forest not like a moon ago. They were lost. Orcs in the Great Forest. Strange times we live in. Yet to get stranger, if you take my meaning.
Definitely, yes. And orcs that close is rather concerning. I will have to discuss that with my fellow comrades, I think.
Yeah, who knows if it's true or not. It's just scuttlebutt I picked up along the way, but certainly feels like there's kind of change in the air, doesn't it?
Definitely does.
Or maybe it's just my arthritis acting up. I don't know.
Be safe and group up with somebody else if you can.
Oh yeah, I got my cousin Red there, and he's got his son with him, and we're good. We'll be back home within about 6 or 7 days. Make a couple stops along the way, make a few last-minute sales. We'll be all right. But thanks. Reaches out, shakes your hand. Good luck with the retirement there. Don't wait too long to get to it. It's kind of thing
another
that
8 months.
slip out of your fingers.
Take his hand. Another 8 months and then I'm golden.
Well, famous last words, but good luck with that. Pats you on the back and climbs up on his thing. And if you ever feel like coming out and seeing some of your people again, don't be a stranger and look me up. I'll always have a place for you in my home.
I'll keep that in mind. Thank you.
Yeah. Kicks the reins up and the ponies start pulling his little wagon away, and you see from the back one of his kids who are quite young and pokes their head out and waves at you and pokes their head back into it. Ah! That's how rumors about orcs get started. As Lan, as you are walking around the market, sort of seeing what's going on, you get someone comes up to you and taps you on the shoulder. Hey, Lan,
Yeah.
how you doing?
Do I know this person?
Yeah, it's like one of the ladies from the area that, like, one of the farmers' wives in the area.
Oh, hey, yeah, I'm doing fine. Sorry, my mind was elsewhere. I was, lost in
Thinking
thought.
about Margaret Thubble's pumpkin. I know. That's what I'm thinking about too all the time.
Sure. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking as well. You must be a genius.
Well, I've been called worse.
I see. What can I do for you, ma'am?
I was just wondering if you'd heard about this pumpkin that Margaret Thubble's fixing to grow this year.
I have not. Doesn't she usually grow something every year, or is this?
Yeah, but this thing this year, it's like, well, it's as big around as a troll's belly if it's an inch. No lie.
No lie.
What
Well,
Go ahead.
you should talk to my mother about this. I'm sure she would love to hear about.
Well, that's what I was wondering about. A couple of us got together and we were wondering exactly how she managed to get it that big. I mean, what's she feeding it? She has to be cheating, like? I don't know, but we were wondering, maybe your mother would know, like, what's going on with that pumpkin? I mean,
Sure. Yes, I understand that this is of great concern to the town. So I will make sure that it's brought up with my mother.
oh, we don't want a repeat of what happened last year. Remember how mighty cross Gardenia Spruill was?
Yeah, I definitely remember that, and I was definitely paying attention to everything. And I think Lan keeps like kind of glancing over her shoulder, like hoping that she doesn't have to talk more about farming, and just trying to be as polite as possible. But I think some of the sarcasm is starting to like drip through.
He's still going on, prattling on about those two old biddies and their war, and it's a wonder they can still meet all friendly like in Maruvia's knitting circle, and this, that, the other. And
Lan's got her arms crossed and just like kicking the dirt as she's listening, and keeps throwing in the occasional like, yep, oh yeah, that's crazy.
and as you kind of stop listening at some point, you're kind of just looking for a way out, and you hear her say something, and it kind of grabs your attention, and you're like, what was that you just said? Kind of thing. And she's like, but I don't want to bother you with that. I know you're probably very busy, so
Nope, not busy at all. Please bother me.
oh, well, I was just asking if you'd heard about Kel Halfmoon.
No. Kel, is he coming back?
Well, that's the big rumor. Apparently someone spotted him down in Tharbad, and apparently he's planning on making his way back up here. I don't know how he dare show his face here after what happened when he was here last time, but apparently he plans on wintering here. Should be up here a couple of weeks.
Sure, yeah. And Lana's like trying to hide her grin as she thinks about her childhood friend and a person that she looks up to returning. And she doesn't really care about his reputation. She just knows that, she hasn't seen him in many years, and just the mention of his name is enough to bring a huge smile to her face. So she kind of, stifles the smile a bit and like, yeah, that's gonna be crazy. That's gonna be crazy if he comes back for sure. Did you hear when he might be here?
Well, they say probably a week or two before the snow in any case.
Interesting. Yeah, I'll keep an eye out for him,
Yeah, he was a troublemaker. You do keep an eye on him, and ask your mom about Margaret Thubble and what she might have been using, because
Right, with the squash or pumpkin.
the pumpkin, yes.
Yeah.
Haven't you been paying attention?
Of course I've been paying attention. I care so much about the farming in this town. Anyway, I gotta go. Important Bree business to attend to, but great to see
All right, you go there.
Hope
It's nice to
the
see
kids
you
are
too.
good.
Say hello
Yeah.
to your mother for me.
Oh yeah, yep. I'll tell hello to my mother. Good to see you. And they're just kind of like talking over each other, like various greetings, and like slowly getting further and further apart until it's courteous for them both to turn away.
I'll turn around and leave. Yeah, exactly.
Christ, that lasted forever, she says under her breath once she's out of earshot.
You should see that pumpkin though. A little.
I think that Lan would be like wanting to talk to Josh. What's your character's name again? I'm sorry. Carlin.
Carlin, yeah.
Yeah, she'd be wanting to talk to Carlin like ASAP after
Okay.
learning.
So you go and find him. I didn't ask you to give us a little description of Lan. So would you?
That is correct. So Lan is a human from Bree, born and raised. She is pretty tall, very athletic. She's got kind of shoulder length brown hair, and she wears like a handmade, like braided headband that was made with loving care from one of her younger sisters. She's the middle child. She is, she usually has some kind of, if not a scowl on her face, it's usually just like annoyance and impatientness, and that's not a word, impatience. And although she knows everybody in this town, as small towns are, she just has this like itching kind of attitude around her, like she just can't wait to leave. And Lan, wears the regular colors of Bree and of the guard, and big old boots. Likes a big old boots.
Big old boots. His boots are made for walking.
Yes.
That is what you do.
Boots specifically were made for adventuring.
There you go. And you use them to go and try and find your dwarven friend, Harlem. A little further away, somebody else who's having a very stimulating conversation is Aelwind. As you're listening to this cobbler just going on, as he's saying, my Uncle Horace says it's going to be a winter for the books. Well, the Farmer's Almanac, any roads, that he writes and upkeeps. Yeah, I know. He says that every year. Yeah, I know he's just trying to sell more books, but he means it this year. He says the signs are all there. Birds are flying real low. Farmer Tweed's got a barrel of cider that went all wonky. Has someone seen a three-legged dog hopping about at night? Telling you it's going to be one for the books. Let's hope you got some stores and your boots are fit for duty.
Oh, I will be able to take care of myself. But thank you so much for the warning about the three-legged dog.
But is it true what they say about your people? You don't feel the cold?
Oh, of course we feel the cold. We're just, prepared for it.
Prepared? How? Like, extra blankets, extra layers. Layering's very important in the winter.
Yep, that's what we do. Just layer on up like everyone else.
How are your boots holding up?
Oh, I think they're wonderful well.
You want me to take a look at them? My wife Martha, she's offering a discount on boots repairs this week. 3 pence for a full refit, like.
Oh, and she looks down at her boots, and they are like pristinely clean, oiled, and well cared for. She's like, oh, I think they're good.
Are you sure? The heel looks a little bit down there. We could fix that up for you.
Maybe next week. I might have some time. I'll stop by, and if you're still around and have some time, then perhaps we'll do it then.
Oh, of course. We're always here. We're always around. Always looking to help. It's very nice of you and your friends like to keep an eye on things. We certainly feel more secure with the lot of you wondering about. It's been a pretty quiet one this time. You kind of keep thinking something's going to happen with all these strangers piling into the town, but well, I guess you must be doing your job very well.
I mean, you haven't heard any kind of gossip or anything with all these strangers, as you said?
Well, there's always gossip going about. I'm not I just, I don't like talking too much, you see. I don't like spreading stories.
Oh, no, of course not.
No, it's not. It's
Soul of discretion.
Well, maybe, did you know? And I heard this from somebody else, so don't, it's not me. Apparently, there was some strange elf lady. And I'm thinking maybe you know this, because obviously, but.
Well, we all know each other, of course.
That's right. No, I'm not
To
saying
give a
that.
name?
I'm just saying. She didn't, but she was here to see Malik, a
What's she
drunken
now?
blacksmith. But he looks around. Apparently, she managed to straighten him out. He's been doing work in his brother's shed for the past 2 weeks now. It's like he's back on track. Now, I'm not the one saying this, you realize.
Of
I
course
would
not.
never. I would
No.
never. But apparently she used some elf magic. And she
Hmm.
sort of got all that desire for drink and all that vice that was inside him, just cleared it right out of him. And so
Really?
I guess my question is can you do that? Because man, my uncle likes that bottle just a little too much. And if you could do that with him, it would really help me out, because I need someone to pick up some of the slack. There's too many shoes to fix. Winter come in. And so is that like a thing you can do? Like, can you just take the...
Well, I mean, if it really means a lot to you, I could, and she like just cracks her knuckles in one hand. I could talk to him.
I don't think that's what the elf lady did.
Oh, we all have our special skills.
And yours are a little scarier than hers, I would guess.
Some are honey-tongued and some have other specialties.
Does it work though? Because if it works, I'm willing to try anything at this point.
I'm willing to help you try anything.
As you say this, you suddenly see far behind him, kind of between two buildings, and you're not even sure you saw it, but you get the feeling that you saw your old friend, Kel Afmon, walking, just passing by, and you know it's impossible because he's been gone for so long. And as soon as that's done, you kind of like blink your eyes, and the guy you've been talking to is like, "Are you okay?" You're right.
Oh,
You kind of
sorry.
faded away there for a
Yeah,
second.
I think I zoned out for a moment. I thought I saw an idiot.
A moment.
It couldn't possibly be him.
You've been gone for like a good 2-3 minutes.
Sorry.
I thought you'd fallen asleep on it. It wouldn't be the first time someone falls asleep on me standing there, but you know.
No, sorry. I just thought I saw someone.
I don't see anyone. Sure you okay?
You haven't heard anything about Hell Half Moon, have you?
Kill half moon, half moon. Oh, him. Not really. Not since he left town a few years ago. I mean, is he back?
I hope not.
I hope so too, because, well, there was a whole mess of trouble back then. Oh, weren't you friends with him? Oh, yeah, he was one of you Bree wardens, wasn't he?
Yes, we work together.
Well, I guess you're right. Not everyone's made of the same cloth, huh? Some of you a little more straight arrows than others, I guess.
Well, we're all good at different things, I guess.
Well, what I hear, he's pretty much good for nothing, but hey, that's not me talking. That's just what I hear.
You cannot help those who will not help themselves.
Well, see, I used to think that of Malik, but that elf lady with her magic, she fixed him up good. He's doing some good business. Look at this hinge he made. Look at this.
No,
Look at this.
Malik wants to change.
Yeah.
You know, like he intends to, and I want to give him the benefit of the doubt that he's trying to change things for the better.
I think he's going to find it difficult to get people to trust him again.
That is true.
Trust, once you break that, it's hard to get it back. It's not like a hinge. You can't just slap a new one on there. Or a boot heel. That you can fix. So if ever you need me to fix your boot heels, you come right back and see me, give you a special price.
Well, thank you very kindly. I will perhaps next week.
Very well. I hope things are okay with whatever happened there, but dear friend and all that.
Yeah, I think I should see what's going on, if you'll excuse me.
Oh yes, please. I have a whole bunch of work to do. Ta, as you, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, she'll pop out and like see if she could see that guy.
And as you're doing that, what would people see?
Aelwyn Silversteel is an elf with pale blonde hair, with a few braids, very long hair, bright blue eyes. She's very tall. She's like 6 foot, willowy, but you can tell that, you know, she's got some strength to her. Her movements are a little dancer-like, and her countenance is a little stuffy, maybe.
Just a little bit. So where are you going to head off?
She's gonna see if she can track Kel and see, like, if she really did see him.
Okay. Whilst that is going on, a little bit further away from where you are, not too far, you see the 4th member of your fellowship walking around. You decided to stop to, there's one merchant in the area that's always been kinder to you, and he's not himself a Ranger of the North, as most people tend to look at you with some degree of suspicion. He is not a Ranger of the North, like he's not of your people, but you've definitely had some chats with him before, and he was helped at some point by one of the rangers, and he's always been very kind to you in return. And usually by the time you finish your round around the market, you always stop at his little market stall, and he always has something for you, be it a warm cup of something to drink, or a little something that you can chew on, some pastries that his wife makes or something. And you've done that, you've finished your round, and everything's kind of all right, and you're just kind of leaning at the counter there, and you got a nice cup of hot chocolate and some biscuits that they had prepared for you, and you are enjoying yourself. What would people see of Faron as he's leaning there enjoying his little snack?
They would see probably one of the tallest people in the village, kind of leaning over, trying to like slouch down a little bit to kind of like blend in a little bit more. Leather shirt, leather pants, great bow across his back, along with a sword at his side. So, and yeah, he'd just be catching up with his friend, asking about how the roads were treating him, if where he's been to, where he's come from.
You say, I was gonna ask, have you been up by Combs Way recently?
Not too recently. I've been staking around here mostly.
I was wondering, I was thinking of maybe making a quick trip up there before winter settles in, but they say there's a troll or something roaming around the area.
That's definitely going to be troublesome, especially with winter setting in.
Yeah, kind of wondering if I should risk it. It's being a real nuisance. It's killing and butchering livestock, it's taking away the best pieces, being all selective like. You ever heard of a troll being selective?
Oh, not selective. They sure it's a troll and not something else?
Well, that's what they say. I mean, what else would it be roaming around up there, butchering people's livestock? Signs and wonders. You plan on heading up there anytime soon? If you are, maybe we could travel with you. Be much safer to have you around.
Yeah, we can definitely see. It's been a while since I've been out for a little bit, so, but got to clear it through the wardens first before I make any type of journey like that.
How are you settling in with that? Like, I know you're kind of used to being a bit more free roamy like, but town treating you any better? Or?
It's been pretty much the same, but as far as other places that I've been to, this place treats me very well. So,
you made friends?
A few.
How do you do it? How do you just keep helping people who constantly sort of look at you with mistrust and wouldn't have you at their table at the Prancing Pony?
Not all of them are like that. There's been a couple that have come through and have treated me well and have shown kindness, and most I can do is show kindness in return and slowly try and work people over that way.
Well, I've had nothing but good experiences with the Rangers from the North, and well, I'm glad you're finding a little bit of a place for yourself here. It's gonna be mighty difficult to be out there without any friends or any place to call home. You need a place to come back to put your feet up once in a while,
Most definitely.
Where you living? Do you got a house here now, or what's the situation?
I've still been staying at the armory, and
that old dwarf still there?
yeah, he is.
And he was here when I was a kid.
Yeah, he's very particular about how things have to be polished and put away, and
I bet you. Oh, well. Oh, isn't that one of your people there?
look
When you
around and
turn around, you you see Aelwyn, who is looking very focused and concentrated as she's walking between the buildings and kind of staring at the ground and sort of maybe looking for, as if she's looking for tracks or something, or trying to follow a trail of some sort.
Yeah, she is, and that's kind of unusual for her to be moving at such a pace. So let me just go double check with her and make sure she's doing okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Bring her back here and I'll fix her up with some hot chocolate also.
Appreciate it.
No problem. I'll keep this just over here for you.
Thank you.
And you will set off to go and find your friend. Meanwhile, at the other end of the market, you spot the salt and pepper hair hanging out about yay high of your friend Carlum.
Yeah, I elbow my way through whoever I have to and take a knee next to Carlum, and I go, "Hey, boss man, you're never gonna believe what I just heard."
Oh, hello, Lan. Have you done all of your checks? Is everything okay?
Yeah, I did the checks. Whatever. Here's what I heard.
Okay.
Hell Half Moon might be coming back.
Oh. That's
No,
the name I was...
Don't sigh like that. He's one of us. Come on. Good old Kel. He's the reason I have this job, remember?
That's probably the only good thing that he did.
Oh, come on. He wasn't that bad. I mean, sure, he drank a lot, and yeah, he was a bit crazy, but he was my friend.
The circumstances of his departure are a bit of a sore spot for me, but...
I know. I'm sorry, boss man. I'm excited, and I think he might be here in like a week or so.
Let's keep an eye out then, just in case, shouldn't we? I have heard, and I will say this to the others when we meet up as well, but there are rumors of orcs around in the woodlands areas, so that might be something else that we might need to keep an eye on.
You see, like, Lan try to hide a smile. She's like, so does that mean we're gonna get to, like... I mean, obviously, we have to go take care of the orcs, right? We have to leave town to take care of the orcs, huh? Right, boss?
You realize you're very bad at that, don't you?
No, I'm not. I've been training. You see me in the armory with my dagger, and she like pulls the dagger out of her boot and puts it back in her boot.
Oh, no, I don't mean that. I mean, you're very bad at hiding the joy on your face.
Oh, orcs are very bad, and I'm not happy at all that there are any orcs nearby. I promise.
The smile is getting to the point of creepy. I think that myself and Fargon and Aelwind are going to have to introduce you to a little game that we call poker.
Ooh. If it has anything to do with cards, I'm in. But anyway, yeah, sorry, boss man, for sneaking up on you like that. Have you seen the others?
I haven't seen, I don't know where they are at the minute. I'm hoping they're still doing their checks and making sure that everything is getting packed away properly. And you know me, I do like a little bit of gossip, so hopefully they come back with some juicy morsels as well, like you just did.
Hey, Carlum.
Oh.
Yes?
One of the village elders kind of, man, that Rose sure has a mouth on her. She's chewing out privet like he's some sort of moldy cheese. I think maybe you should head out to the gate and see what's going on. I'm afraid for that poor boy's life.
No, I will. Lan, do you want to come with me, or?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, okay. Well, we'll head over that way then.
I'll give a nod to the elder as I pass.
And as you walk away, you hear him go, "How do you let such troublemakers and Bree warns? I'll never know."
Ugh. He doesn't know me. He doesn't know my story.
He doesn't know the real me.
Nobody understands me. Kicks rocks.
You head up towards the main gate, the south gate. Privet is the day watcher there, and Rose is one of the Bree wardens, and she's in charge of overseeing the shifts at the gate and all that. And as you approach towards the main gate, you see that Rose is giving Privet a dressing down. Like, it makes you proud, Carlin, like, to see, like, you know, this level of, like, you know, I'm a sergeant and I'm going to rim you a new one right now because you fucked up, kind of thing. And she's totally kind of ripping out. She's like, don't you use your head? Your job is to watch out for these things and make sure that those problems don't happen. What were you doing? He's like, I was cold. I was just trying to light the fire and they wouldn't light and they were just there, and I don't know, I was cold. It's cold, it's getting cold, it's gonna snow.
What have you burnt this time?
I didn't burn anything. She's like, she slaps him in the back of the head. This idiot didn't burn anything. He was just too busy trying to light his little coal fire there to take note of a couple of strangers that came in that were a little bit odd. He tells me, he's like, I'm like, anything untoward's happened? And he's like, no, everything was great. Everything was fine. It's getting really cold. There's a couple of weirdos that came in. They look kind of suspicious, but I didn't see where they went.
Oh, man.
Do you know what they look like? A description would be helpful.
Yeah, there was 4 of them. And I mean, you know, I wouldn't have thought too much of it, but they all had their cloaks sort of pulled up, and they were all kind of dressed like they'd been on the road for a while. It was just the way they were. Like, I was like, hi, you know, welcome to Bree, what's your business? And they were like, what business of yours is it, what our business is? And I was like, well, you know, maybe if you tell me who you're looking for, I can direct you to that. And then another one was all like, that's fine, we can find our own way. And they were just kind of rude, but I was cold, and I just wanted to get back to lighting the little coal fire in the guardhouse, you know. And I'm sorry, I didn't pay attention to where they went. I meant to, but I turned around, and then when I looked again, and they were gone. But you know, they looked like hard men, you know, like you know, guys that cause trouble.
So what you're saying is that anybody that comes in through the gate that looks like they're going to cause trouble, you're just going to wave a hand and let them go through? Also, how many times have I told you to stop leaving your travel cloak outside? If you leave it inside, it will be nice and warm, and then you can put it on.
No, but there's just so many people coming and going. It's just a bad day. It's just like, it's constant.
You gotta layer, man. You gotta layer it up, you know? It's all about the layers.
Well, you know, tell Horace down at the armory to get us some thicker sweater. Like, he holds back the winter gear until like we're knee deep into the middle of it. Like, you should be distributing this stuff out like now, you know. It's getting cold now.
I get the feeling that you're angling for an extra shift cleaning the floors in the armory. Is what I'm hearing. That will certainly warm you up.
Is it warm in the armory?
Lands right behind Carlum, like, ooh. Like when someone gets called to the principal's office.
Oh, come on, I just finished my shift. Okay. Look, I'm sorry I fucked up. I really want to just get to the prancing pony, get myself a nice beer, and just sit by that fire and just warm my toes like they're chestnuts.
No. I'll tell you what, I'll let you off this once, but I expect you in the armory at 5 a.m, no later, sorry. And I want all of the suits of armor polished and the floor cleaned before the rest of us arrive.
Man, take the punishment. It could be way worse. You could be like mucking out the stables or something, okay? So.
Fine.
Hang in there.
As he leaves, there's a merchant that's been waiting to kind of, you know, sort of get through the gate and all that. And as Rose sort of waves him through, he leans, the merchant leans back and he's like, sorry, I couldn't help but overhear what you were talking about with your guy there, but I did see a couple of dubious looking fellows, so I'm heading up towards where the warehouse is up on the North Road. Maybe that was them fellows that your guy there let through.
Thank you very much. We'll definitely look into that. Rose, are you taking over gate duty?
Yep, I'm here for the night. If you had it in you to bring me some warm food at some point around 10 bells, that'd be very nice of you.
Oh
No
yeah,
worries.
I can do that actually, you know, because I was thinking maybe we shouldn't go to the Prancing Pony. And like maybe we could just hang out at home instead, and so I can bring the food.
Sounds good. I don't see why you can't do that. I do think that we'll drop the food off to you, but I do think that we need to find Fargon and Elwind and go up to the warehouses and check out these mysterious figures.
Yeah. I just mean like, do we have to meet at the Prancing Pony? You know, because it's like, you know, I gave up drinking, and that's definitely why I don't want to go there, right? So, you know, I'm just saying there's like so many places in this town we could meet.
Rose says you didn't give up drinking as much as you gave up Holly. And that's what.
Wow, Rose. You know what? Nobody asked you, okay?
I'm now standing behind Lan going, oh!
No!
Everyone knows.
No. Okay, Holly and I broke up. Yes, but it's fine, and I'm fine, and I can go just fine. I'm just saying we don't have to go if you didn't want to go, for example.
We could meet at the armory. We've got to, you know, get some more gear and stuff together anyway. So we'll meet at the armory instead.
And I think as we walk away, I shoot Rose like one of these. Watching you.
I'll just turn around and put my thumb up like,
She's messing with my rep, man. She's messing with my rep.
As you are heading north towards the warehouses, we cut back across to Fargon. As you are walking up, following Aelwind, you find her looking a little bemused as you, Aelwind, have followed through the two buildings where you figure you saw Kel sort of go by, and when you get there, you don't really see any tracks. There's like old tracks and things of that nature, but there's nothing really that sort of stands out as someone just walked through here kind of thing. And when you look down the alley which leads towards where the warehouses are, you don't really see anyone hanging around.
So as Fargon's approaching, he's just going to let out a quiet, like, caw kind of thing to just let Elwyn know that he's coming up on her.
Oh, I know you're there.
Damn those elf ears.
You haven't seen someone who looks like Kel Halfmoon around, have you?
No, I haven't. But I didn't think he would ever return here.
I thought I saw someone walk by, but I'm not sure.
I mean, there's a lot of merchants coming through the town today. So, I mean, but if you think you saw him, I mean, that'd definitely be something that I'd want to see him again.
Well, it would be interesting, wouldn't it? Find out why he's back in town.
Yeah. So you thought you saw him coming up this way?
Right. I was at the cobbler's and I thought I saw someone who looked very much like him just out of the corner of my eye. And I followed him this way. But I lost him? Which isn't normal. So I don't know. Maybe we should regroup.
Yeah. I mean, it is getting later in the afternoon.
Miss Silversteel.
Yes. How can I help you?
You see, Merrick the dwarf, blacksmith, coming towards you, and he seems to be kind of a little agitated. He's kind of looking around, and he looks like he's been working. He's got this leather blacksmith's apron on, and it's kind of all dirty with soot and whatnot. His arms are all blackened, and his beard, the tips of his beard are burnt off, and he really looks like he's been kind of, getting into some work. And he comes up and he's like, am I glad to see you? You too. Remind me your name. Morgan,
Fargon.
Fargon. Yeah, sorry.
No worries.
My memory's not what it used to be. I'm so glad I found you. Someone just stole my hammer. I almost caught them too. I just stepped outside to get a bit of a breather and get some fresh air. And when I returned inside, I just saw someone running out the back door of the smithy, and I can't find my hammer anywhere. Look, I know you helped me out the other day, and I really appreciate it, but and most people have been okay, but there's someone that's been troubling me. There's someone that keeps coming around and causing trouble, taking things in my shop, and just dismantling things, and just really being a nuisance. And I haven't said anything because I figure maybe I kind of got to pay some dues, with the people around here. I really screwed over a lot of people, but got to earn their trust again. But taking my hammer is going just too far. I got tons of work to do. I can't work without my hammer.
All right. Well, we can certainly look into that. Did you see anything of them? Were they wearing a cloak? Did you see a color? Of
Just
shirt?
some sort of greenish, brown forester's clothes, I guess. I didn't see too well. They ducked out of the back of the shop just as I was coming in, and I at first I wasn't even sure I'd seen anything, but when I couldn't find my hammer, the door was open, and well, I guess that's what it was. I considered going out and looking for it myself, but then I said to myself, Merrick, just go and find the Bree Wardens, their job, and then they've helped you before and they'll do it again. So please find my hammer. Things are just going so well, and I'd hate for it to go back to the way things were.
All right. Well, we will certainly we'll get right on that. Could you show me where you saw them and what direction you think that they ran?
Yes, absolutely. So come on over here, and he'll guide you along a little bit, and you'll get to. He doesn't really have a shop per se. He's been working out of the shed of his brother. So you get there, and it's like a little shed, but you see that he's got like a little smithy sort of set up in there, and he's got some of those shears that he makes and a couple other things kind of hanging on, and there's that fire that's going in that furnace, and you can see in the back that there's another door to the shed that leads to where the house would be, but there's kind of a little alley there, and so he'll guide you to that door. It's like he just sort of ducked through here and headed up the alley there, and you can see towards the end of the alley is where the warehouses on the North Road are.
Fargon, can you make out any tracks going that way?
I'll see what I can do and start kind of scanning the area.
Right. Hey, first roll of the night. Do your thing. Give me
First roll.
First roll. Don't.
No pressure. No pressure.
So go ahead and give me we'll call it, I guess, a hunting roll, maybe.
Hunting? Okay.
Yeah.
7.
Well, there's tons of tracks.
Yeah.
It's clear that people kind of come and go through here a lot. It's difficult to make out any one set sort of in particular, and then soon after it kind of gets back onto cobblestone, so it gets very difficult. I mean, there's sort of a direction, like it's heading up north, but beyond that, it's very difficult to see.
So yeah, it's just with the amount of visitors that we've had in the city today, it's just kind of a little bit more difficult than it usually is for me to find any sort of tracks or footprints or anything.
All right, well, we can ask around. We've got a little bit of a description with the green-brown forester cloak. So we can head that way down towards the warehouses and ask if anybody saw someone running away.
Sounds good.
So you'll travel up towards where those warehouses are. At some point, you'll arrive in an area, and I will give you a little map of the area here, those that use can seize. So the two of you will arrive from this alley down here, and as you arrive here, coming up from the other side, you will notice your friends, Lan and Carlum, walking into the area just up to the north. This area is basically just that. It's a bunch of little warehouses. They're not like big, warehouses like we imagine on the pier. They're like, house size kind of thing. And they're mostly for the merchants in this area, like just near where the green is. So all the different shops along there, all the warehouses were kind of built in sort of internal kind of little courtyard area back there. And so you have like, the warehouse for the prancing pony here, the warehouse for the trading store there, the warehouse. So there's a couple of different warehouses in the area. And right now, with everyone kind of being off to the market and all that, and kind of being busy down there, there's not a lot of people around here. And you spot each other from across the courtyard.
Oh, look who it is. Did you happen to see anyone running away?
No.
No.
The green cloak?
We were told of reports of 4 mysterious figures coming through the gate, not checked properly, and they were seen coming up in this direction, so we've come up to have a look.
There's been a theft of a hammer that we've been asked to look into. A snatch and grab.
Is it Malik's?
It is. It's not like a regular hammer. It's probably a smithy hammer.
Maybe it's somebody he owes some money to, but
Didn't recognize him.
you didn't put the person in the cloak?
Right. He just said it was someone in a green-brown Forester cloak. He's also mentioned that he's had some people giving him a hard time, perhaps messing with his things.
That could be the people that we're investigating as well, then, because they were wearing cloaks. So, it's a good thing we're all together. Then maybe we can look at this a bit further.
As you say that, I would ask all of you to make me a perception roll to see if you hear the 3 people playing trumpets in the other.
Natural 1.
This game is gonna go awesome.
I got a
6.
15.
I was
16.
talking, so...
I rolled an 18 for a 19.
All right, so anyone with the 15 or above, you'll hear coming from one of the nearby warehouses, you hear like a thunk, like someone splitting wood or something, and then a moment later there's another one, but then there's like the ring of metal on metal, so it goes like thunk, ping, ping.
Oh, guys, there's something over there.
Seems to be coming from this warehouse over here.
I don't think I'm on the Owlbear for some reason. I think I got. Oh,
Do you want me to send you the link again?
I'm gonna
You
try.
could
to-
possibly just reload.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might need a new link. Sorry, guys.
No, it's okay. I'll just send it again. Meanwhile, you do see, like I said, the warehouse there. It seems to be, the sound seems to be coming from there. There's a door right in front of you there.
Does it sound like it might be smithing?
It really, the first thing sounded like someone was splitting wood or something. Like there was definitely like kind of an axe hitting wood kind of sound. And then the follow-up was like that same axe or something hitting metal.
Are there any windows like on the sides?
Yeah,
Or is
there
it
is
just like a
no, there is in fact a window here. So the door is right here, and the window's over here.
okay. I would kind of come up next to the window and just kind of peer in to see what I could see.
So you can see the room as it's there. It looks to be like some sort of larder kind of warehousing thing. There's a fire that's burning in a pit. You don't see anyone in here, but there is a door here at the back that is ajar.
Okay. So yeah, I would just whisper that like there's a door that's open that I can't see into, but this first room looks clear.
Do we know who owns that warehouse?
Yeah, so this particular warehouse would be owned by, there's like a little consortium, if you will want to call it that, but all the sort of food makers in town that are not associated with the prancing pony have sort of cobbled together a little group, and so like Mrs. Crabapple, for example, and people like her all have, and they got together and they like kind of all stocked their stuff together in that same warehouse, and this is that place. So that's why the front is like a lot of foodstuffs and things like that they use to make their meals, and the back one is all the barrels and stuff for the liquids and the wines and things of that nature.
All right, I'm gonna go around the back to see if anybody runs, and if one of you would knock on the door and ask if they've seen anyone running away, someone strange, someone in a cloak.
Right, so you're gonna go around there. Or did you manage to get on the map, Rachel?
Give me a sec, sorry.
Thank you, Fantasy Animal Vegan, who donated 2 advantages to Fargon.
Yes, thank you.
Woohoo.
We're rolling in it.
I can be
All
right.
serious. Look at
I'm
the
in
chat.
So I will say, Fargon, keep an eye through that window. Lan, would you like to knock?
You want me to knock?
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely, I'll knock, and I'm not nervous at all about it. And I walk right up to the door and knock. Where's the door again? Sorry, I just got
The door is right in front of where your character is. The door is right here.
All right, I knock. Before I knock, can I see if I hear anything else?
So you go ahead, make a perception, and same with you, Ashley. Give me a perception once you get around the back of the building.
Okay, I got a 5. I'm just really like focused on like what knock I'm gonna do. Like, am I gonna do like the bam, 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 open up in there, or am I gonna do like a little one? That's what I'm thinking about as I walk up there. With a 5 perception.
And Ashley, what'd you get?
I got a 12.
Okay. So you will hear the knocking at the front door that Rachel, that Lan does, and you don't hear anything, but you notice upstairs on the second floor there's like kind of like a window with the what are those called, whatever, the wooden flap that comes down over the window sort of
Awning?
lifts up a little bit as if someone's maybe like peering out, and then it drops back down. So it'd be like up here somewhere. So meanwhile, at the front, you hear nothing inside. You knock, you don't hear anything. What would you like to do? Let's go around the table and see what everyone wants to do. I'll start over there, which is Fargon. What is Fargon doing?
He would just be holding where he's at, waiting for direction.
Okay. Speaking of direction, Carlum.
I will say to Fargon to keep an eye out on the window to see who comes and answers the door, the LAN. I'm also going to say stood where I am on the map, because I want to have good visuals of the way that Elwind and Fargon came from and the way that Lan and myself came from, in case anybody tries to run off in any of those two directions.
All right, Lan.
Lan is kind of feeling the wood of the door and trying to decide if she thinks she could break it down if she wanted to.
Okay, there's also a handle there. And before
She doesn't pay attention to the handle. She's
not her style.
thinking about kicking it in.
And Ashley, before you tell me what you're doing, you see a pair of feet start coming out of that window flap, like someone's like.
I pull out my bow and arrow, and I just wait for him.
You see legs. You see a butt. All right, up front,
A
you
butt?
you don't see the butt. You're up front. Don't worry about the butt.
I know.
So what do? Do you
That was-
bust down the
all
door?
right.
Do you open the door? Or how do you do it?
Do I open the door?
Yeah.
I shoot a glance at the boss man, and if he gives me a nod, I will.
I can see the look of joy on your face. Just don't damage it too much, because we'll have to be the ones that will repair.
Through the door.
Oh dear.
All right, give me a
We
strength check.
don't know that this is like thieves. They could just be the people who like live and work here.
I'm
are
sorry,
just
are you
going about their
standing?
business.
I'm sorry, are you standing within earshot right now? Because I don't think I can hear you.
No, I am not. It's just no conscience.
I get just
I-
picture that the door already has a couple of indentation marks on it.
I
From
just want to be a
when it's-
badass. All right, what check am I doing again? Sorry.
Strength. Make a strength check.
Okay, I think it's important to note that I have a +0. So I got an 8.
So you haul back and punch the door. You feel the pain radiate through your knuckles, up your hand, and as you kind of jump back, the door, having kind of been pushed by your punch, opens slowly towards you.
I look very confidently back at Carter and be like, did I do good?
That's a good solid knock.
Thank you very much, Dan. Where are the 2 advantages to Aelwind? Thank you very much. You'd have to
And
shoot some giant's butt.
if the door's slightly open, then I'll kick it in the rest of the way. Just like
It opens outside. That opens doors. Yeah.
I'll kind of elbow it the rest. It
All right.
opens outwards.
Yep. You pull it out, and then you step in. You see
I love
nothing.
it. Great.
Meanwhile, there is the butt has become most of the body as someone slowly kind of trying to get out of that, but they appear to be stuck where their arms are. It's a very kind of narrow little, and you can hear, damn it! Push my arm. Push. No, okay, wait, just no, pull, no, push now, no. Damn it! I'm gonna break my neck.
Can I hear this since I'm inside?
No, you don't hear any of that actually. What's going on outside? So,
Aelwyn's just got this little smile that's creepy. And she just waits for them to come to her.
and what are Lan? Not Lan. Sorry, Lan just busted
Is there
inside.
cheese in here? And go over to the cheese.
What are Carlum and
You guys see that? It's a huge wheel of cheese.
Argon doing? Yeah, you found the cheese.
Priorities.
Argon and Carlum, what are you doing?
I'm gonna gesture to Fargon. I'll let you take point on this. At your own discretion, whatever you want to do.
All right. So I would go in as well. And then having seen Lynn
Guys,
being distracted by
There's
cheese,
cheese in here. Do you guys want
would-
some?
I'd slowly start poking my head through this doorway.
It's actually pretty good.
As you move towards that doorway, it opens, and standing there, kind of coming through it, is this very surprised guy. Outside, you see this guy's legs are like, and then, damn it, I'm going. And then there's like a moment where nothing happens, and then he just almost kind of like in slow motion slides the rest of the way out, and falls and lands on his ass right at your feet in the alley. I think I broke my ass.
Aylwin will cough. So he looks up at her, and she's just got this arrow pointed right at him.
Oh, you didn't see that, did you?
Lovely night we're having.
Damn it. All right, he puts his hands up. Meanwhile, inside, the door opens and this guy's like, ugh! He closes the door and goes back on the other side.
You think this is his cheese?
Did we recognize him?
Yeah, so both and Aylwin, you would also recognize him. So these guys are two of the like sort of local wannabe hoodlums. They're friends with Rook Tolliver, Mrs. Crabapple's nephew. That's kind of been a bit of a problem.
Did I go to school with these guys?
Yes, you did.
All right, I can take care of this one, boss.
Go for it. Take follow on with you. I'm just gonna sit down.
Did I recognize him immediately? Do I know his name?
Yeah, his name is Steve.
I'll run through the door. I'll be like, Steve, God damn it. This is just like when we were kids. I swear to God, like, you could have just, like, not done this. Oh, hey, is that you, Dave?
No,
Jeez.
that's Rook. So as you walk in.
Oh, Rook. All right. You guys, I mean, come on. It was so easy to follow you here. It was literally, like, I just had some of your cheese. It's actually pretty good, by the way. But
It's not my cheese. That's my aunt's cheese. Put my aunt's cheese down.
Well,
you can see
why
that.
don't you go home to your aunt then, Rook?
You
Because
can see that Rook has an axe out. He's like got a hand axe, but he's also got what looks like a hammer, and he looks like he was trying to chop the handle off of it. There's like a couple of bits and pieces of wood outside. What are you doing with this guy? He's got his hands up in front of you, Aylwind.
Say, how about we go around front and we rejoin the rest of the party?
We'll have to muck out the stalls again, aren't we?
I suppose so.
So, a few moments later, everyone's inside the thing, and you found Rook and his two buddies, and Rook's got.
and I swear to God, we're gonna make you guys muck out the stables again.
Look, you don't understand. This guy, it made me look like an idiot. All right. I don't know
see.
why you're defending him. He's just a freaking drunk. He's just a nuisance. I'm just trying to get back at him. All right, they're just harmless pranks. Harmless pranks.
A few weeks ago, you had a run-in with a drunk, and we broke that up, and you mucked out the stables, and you're still pissed about it? Maybe you are an idiot. Maybe he's not just making you look like one.
Maybe, and he points to you, Carl. Maybe you should take her, get her out of here, and let us do our business. All right,
Take me.
What? How are you? How are you even a Bree Warden? You're like, a year ago, you were still in knee socks trying to, like, climb over the fence at Old Toll Huddle's orchard to try and steal some apples, and now you're the law like that. That's just laughable.
Yeah, that's how it works now, buddy. That's
We'll
how
just
it works,
lean
buddy.
over to Carlum and be like, from the mouths of babes.
Young whippersnappers, aren't they? I'm just.
You know what? I'm not even sorry that I took your loaf of bread when we were 6 years old, okay? I did it because I was hungry, and it was damn good. And you just need to get over it, okay, Rook? And I know you're still pissed about it, and I know you're still pissed about the drunk thing because you can't let anything go. But it's too late. There's 4 of us, and there's 2 of you.
Yeah,
well, there's that
maybe
guy.
maybe this time I'm not just gonna go with you and muck out the.
Oh yeah? Well, you're drunk. So let's just take you back to your aunt, and I won't tell your mom, okay?
We're not drunk. We haven't been drinking. What?
You sound drunk. So maybe you're drunk or you're an idiot. I don't know.
You can see he's like kind of getting angry. He's got.
Are you trying to start a fight right now? What are you doing then?
Lan looks over her shoulder at Eowyn, looks back at them, hearing the voice of reason, and goes, and like backs up out of the room so that like and behind the others, just back here. Let them sort it out while I cool down and eat the rest of this cheese.
I'm gonna stand up, take a few steps forward towards Rook, look back towards Lan and go, did you get everything out of your system? Are you good?
Yep, I'm good, bud.
Good.
I think
Yeah.
she was just hangry.
Yep,
Just
we
hangry.
haven't had dinner.
She's rage eating.
I'm raging. Oh, is this bread? This is some of the bread.
You lot are going to pay for this, aren't you? The bread and the cheese and everything she's stuffing her face with. I mean, that's my auntie's stuff.
Yep, I'll sort it out with your auntie. It's fine. Now, if I have a proposition for you, Rook. We are looking for some information. Now, if you and your friends here want to avoid cleaning out the stalls again, it would be a good idea to be cooperative. Have you seen any mysterious figures around this area that aren't yourselves?
Well, I'm looking at 4 of them right now.
You know who we are.
Yeah, but you're pretty
Don't get
shady
sassy
coming
with
in
me,
here and
boy.
eating the cheese and everything, busting down the door.
Seriously?
From the
I mean-
man who crawled out the window and fell on his
and-
butt?
Exactly.
I was just stretching. I want everyone to know that I was just getting some fresh air.
I also wouldn't call it busting down the door either. I think Fargon's stare through the window was more impactful than that. Sorry, Len.
Definitely. No. He's still like over to the side, just like giving them all like a death stare. So
Yeah, they kind of stand away from you. You're actually kind of intimidating, so they kind of moving a little bit away. And Rook will be like, what are you talking about? There's tons of strangers in town. I don't know if you notice, it's the market week. People from all over.
But with Market Week, there's normally regular merchants that come through. These figures are people that have not been seen in the town before, apparently, and they've been seen up in this area all wearing cloaks of some description. I see 4 of you are not wearing cloaks, so
Who wears a
Either
cloak?
you've-
Like,
It's cold out. Everyone is wearing cloaks.
it gets in the way when you're trying to do stuff. I don't know.
Crawl out windows and things, I guess.
I was taking the air. I was trying to open the window. That's all. I slipped. Not my fault. And Rook says,
Can I
"Look,
tell if he's lying?
he's totally lying.
No roll necessary.
No real nice. Rook will be like, look, you want the hammer, and he throws it at your feet. Take the hammer, take it back to him. I don't care. I don't care. He's a drunk. He's untrustworthy. He'll always be that way. I'm done with him. Just take the hammer and go back. Just get out of here.
I mean, okay. Tell your friend that if he wants some fresh air next time, he needs to go head first, not arse first.
I tried telling him that several times, but you know, some people, you just can't help them. Hey, I'm not that stupid. No, you're stupider. Ugh.
At least
Can we
look
go
out
now?
first before you slide out right into someone holding a longbow.
Hey, but you're all quiet, like you're always lurking, just kind of hiding. It's very unsettling.
Elves do not lurk.
Yeah,
Tell yourself whatever you need to tell yourself.
just lurk, man.
Can we go?
I mean, you've not told me if you've seen anybody around here. So,
I haven't seen anyone suspicious or strange wearing clothes. I don't know anything about that.
okay.
You can
Off
make
we go,
insight
then.
checks if you want. Oh, well, you can just like
Well, yeah, sorry, yeah.
Insight
you can
checks.
make
would be
insight
good.
checks if you want. Yeah.
I'm proficient in insight, so I can do
Well,
it.
anyone who's there who wants can make an insight check.
Ooh, baby, that is a 22.
Ooh, nice.
I know this, brother.
21.
Wow.
11. Having a
Dirty
bad
20.
night.
We see right through your lies.
You'll get the rolls. You'll get them on the attack rolls.
That's
I
right.
haven't rolled above a 5 like this game.
Your dice are just warming up. It's fine.
Carlin, what'd you
I
get?
gotta use all the low numbers first.
Dirty 20.
All right. You can definitely tell that he's sort of hiding something. Like he really feels like he's trying to get out of having to talk about this too much. Not that he's kind of like outright lying to you kind of thing, but really like he's just uncomfortable with the line of questioning and he kind of just wants to.
Come on, man. Spill it. We don't got all night.
Spill what? I don't know anything.
Look, we all know you're lying. Come on.
I don't know anything. I swear. Look, I just heard that maybe there were some guys coming in from Tharbad. That's all I know.
Tharbad is like bad news, right?
No, it's just a bigger town that's a little bit further south. But I mean,
Okay.
it's like a bigger city. So
Coming in to do what?
look, I don't know. No one tells me anything. All right. All I know is John said to be on the lookout. There were some guys coming in. They were bringing him something or coming to get something. I don't know exactly what the deal was. And he said if we were approached by anyone like this looking for him to make sure they got to him.
Do you know whereabouts they would be looking to go to meet him?
I haven't seen him. Maybe they went straight to his house.
Maybe we should have a look around some of the other warehouses around here just to be sure. Does anybody else have any questions for these ones?
For these fine gentlemen, you mean?
For these ones?
Nope.
No, I'm good.
Aelwyn will reach into her pouch and she'll take out a couple of silver pieces and put them on the counter for the cheese. And then we'll take out a couple more and put them down on the counter and look at the hoodlums and say, now, if you hear anything interesting, you'll come find us, won't you?
One of the hoodlums, the one that was crawling out of the window, is like, no, I've done this before with you. I've done this before with you. You give me some money and then she steals it away. We've been through that.
I didn't steal anything.
I'm
Yeah.
not responsible for your ability to keep hold of your own coins.
You're the one stealing our time, man. Time's money in this town.
Yeah, and you're taking all of it for yourself. Okay, look, how about this? If I hear anything, I'll come to you and then you can pay me. We'll just make sure that she's not in the room. And then you
Or
can pay me.
maybe I'm always in the room. And I take a bite out of the piece of bread, I spit that at him, and I walk out with the rest of the bread.
She's got issues.
Got a lot of anger.
Very angry, just very angry.
I'll put a few more coins down on the counter just for the extra bread and cheese that I reckon Lan has probably stuffed into her pockets at some point.
Okay, guys, I took like a bit of cheese and bread. It wasn't like 3,000 gold. Don't lose all your money over this.
Poor villager. So they'll take your car and they'll say, yeah, okay, no problem. We'll if we come across anything, we'll let you know. And just we're going to take a break here in a second, and just before we go, just one last thing. As you head out, Lan, you walk out the door of this warehouse and chewing on your bread, and you just can't believe that they accused you of sleight of handing money.
Yeah, I can, because I definitely did it.
Yeah,
And it feels very
you in fact
cathartic.
messaged me to ask me if you could do it, so we know you're like
It's
that.
so cathartic. I did message Bleak to ask if I could sleight of hand the money, and we didn't need to. But it's very cathartic for Lan to like kind of have this power over like her childhood bullies and stuff.
Yeah.
So I think she does not have any remorse or anything against these guys. It's like in her mind, they totally deserve it.
And as you're stepping out, you notice something out of the corner of your eye, and you turn and you see on the door frame of the warehouse, carved into the wood, a symbol that you recognize of an upside down cross with 3 little dots carved in around the bottom of it. And on that note,
drop the bread in shock.
And on that note, we'll take a break here. Thank you, Pixie Lady. We have one more advantage for Ailwind. Thank you very much, Andrea. That's very kind of you. We will take a short break here as we have seen the Bree Wardens break things and steal stuff more than the bad guys. But, you know, all in a day's work.
I didn't steal anything. What
No,
are you
you
talking
didn't.
about? I didn't break anything. That door opened by itself.
It did, in fact. It totally did. We'll take a short break here. We'll be back in a couple of minutes. Thanks for hanging out with us. We truly appreciate you. We'll be back in just 5 minutes. Hang out, and we'll see you shortly.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm in charge now.
Damn it. All right. I'm going to retake the control before Arya steals it away from me. Hey, thank you so much for hanging out with us. We are back just before the break. Our friends here had investigated the theft of a blacksmith's hammer, finding the culprits being some of the regular ne'er-do-wells of town that they know. And so they managed to get the hammer back, but they're also on the lookout for a couple of strange hooded men who came in through the main gate earlier during that day. And as they were finalizing their deal with the ne'er-do-wells who had taken the hammer and retrieving the hammer, on her way out, Lan had noticed something carved on the frame of the door, which was a symbol that she recognized, which was an inverted cross with 3 dots around it that she recognized. And that's where we cut for a break. So our friends are Bree Wardens. They are sort of like the local cops in the Bree area. And they've been just sort of trying to figure out who these men were and what's going on in town. Because nothing ever happens in Bree. We all know that, right? Nothing ever happens in Bree. Bree, it's not just a cheese. All right. So as Rook and his 2 compadres will exit out and head out, and you will retrieve Marek's hammer. And as you exit the warehouse, you, Lan, are outside, having just seen this mark on the door. So I'd like to know, I guess, first off, what you do when you see this mark on the door.
I think when the others come outside, they just see Lan kind of standing there with her back to the door. So she's turned away from where this symbol is, and she's just staring at the bread and the cheese that she like dropped on the ground in shock. And
You
she
dropped
just
your cheese.
quietly staring at it. What? Oh, yeah. Stupid. And she picks it up, picks up the cheese, picks up the bread, kind of like dust off the dirt, and she goes, without looking at what's on the door, she like definitively has her back against it, and she goes, Bossman, there's something on the door there. it's a weird symbol. It looks like a cross, a couple stars. I'm sure you see it. It's right there.
It's definitely got you perplexed. Do I know what the symbol is?
We've never seen it, no.
Yeah,
I've seen it before, right?
Yes.
All I know is, well, you guys know my dad's not around anymore, and he just, before he disappeared, he met with some creepy guy, and he had like a symbol like that on his face, and I don't know. I guess I'm just in my head. It's probably nothing.
I've heard of something similar to this from some of the merchants, but I don't know too much about it. I've never encountered these people. But from what I know, it's this group called the Headless Cross. And apparently they're just this sort of well-organized group, mostly deal in like relics and artifacts and that sort of thing. Definitely a crime ring of sorts. But they were further south. They hadn't ventured up here as far as I was aware yet.
You said they're called the Headless what?
Cross?
That's good to know.
I've heard that name before. I've not seen the symbol, but I've heard the name before.
I've heard
So-
of them.
It's a tale that my parents used to tell when we were traveling of the Headless Cross. I'll have to dig out the old tales that they used to tell me. There's something to do with miners, but it's back in my belongings at the armory. So, maybe we should go get some dinner, and then we can go back to the armory and.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It could be just those idiots drawing symbols and
I don't think we should discount it.
No.
This is a established crime ring. And if they're trying to eke out a corner of our city, that's a problem.
You're right. I remember the guy
Well-
being pretty terrifying. I don't know if
And
I
now
want
that
to
I'm
get into him again. That's what I'm saying.
now that I'm thinking about it, one of the merchants I was talking to earlier today mentioned that further south they thought that there was a troll that was slaughtering animals and taking like the most prime cuts of meat. I think he said that it was further south, but I can double check with him when we go to the Prancing Pony.
So, yeah, he said it
Maybe.
was in Combe, which actually is north of here.
Oh, north. Okay.
That's very similar to something that I'd heard, where there have been reports of orcs in the woods.
Things in the dark are stirring.
Oh, I heard that this is weird, but like Kel might be coming back to town.
I thought I saw that rat.
Wait, you saw it? I heard that he
did.
was like a week away. You
I
think
don't
he
know.
saw it?
I saw someone who looked like him, and I couldn't find anybody who said that they knew he was in town. But I
Well-
swear I saw him.
I believe you. I'm just saying I didn't hear that he was in town. I heard he was coming to town. So just saying. But you may have seen him. You definitely, I'm sure, saw him.
Do you think that maybe one of the four mysterious figures that entered into the town, one of them might have been him?
That's possible. I mean,
3 new best friends? Possible.
oh, you better
I
not.
don't think
I'll
I
be-
don't think Kel would have gotten associated with them per se. Like there might be 2 separate entities here.
Oh,
Could
I
be.
mean, hopefully not, but It is Kel we're talking about.
The headless cross definitely gives me bad vibes. I need to go find those notes. It's just something about it that I can't quite remember, but I really do hope, like Fargon said, that these things are not connected.
Okay, the most we can do is go and get more information at this point. So,
Well,
Yeah.
if we go for
Sorry,
food,
Sorry, I checked out for a second there. It's just hard to be
Uh,
reminded of my dad sometimes, you know. Just
maybe we might hear or see something at the Prancing Pony if we go. I know, Lan, that's not somewhere you particularly want to go at the moment, but it could be the best source of information for us.
fine. I'll go to the Prancing Pony. It's fine. I'm fine. Everything's fine.
You gather your
Everything
things
was
then.
not fine.
You gather up and head there. Will you be stopping to get your notes at the barracks first, or are you going straight to the...
What I'll do is go to the Prancing Pony with everybody else, order food. I'll order an extra plate. I'll then take that to the south gate to give that to Rose because I promised I'd bring her some food. Then I go back to the armory to pick up my notes and stuff and come back to the Prancing Pony to eat with everyone.
When you go back to the oh, actually, we'll deal with that later. Don't worry about it.
I was going to say, Callum's a hard ass when it comes to, making sure everybody has their jobs done, but he does like to look after the people that he works with.
No, and Rose appreciates it when you bring her the thing, and she says, "I'm sorry if I was a little hard on Privet there, but he's always just there's always like just a little bit of him that's not paying attention to what he's doing, and we've been talking about putting him on night shift, but I'm kind of worried that we can't. I'm afraid we'll find him snoring."
You are only as hard on him as I would have been if I had caught him doing that as well. So I'm proud of the way that you handled the situation. There is leadership in you.
Well, thanks. That means a lot. I appreciate it, and thanks for the meal. I really appreciate it. You're a kind man, boss.
No worries.
You're a kind dwarf.
Go
boss.
off.
I always find it weird when they say, man or woman, and it's a dwarf or something.
Yeah. There are kind dwarfs out there.
Are all kinds of them. You will go to the barracks, get your paper. Meanwhile, at the Prancing Pony, the tavern is not quite as deserted as the marketplace is yet. Several of the merchants and travelers are still spending one final night at the well-known Prancing Pony before leaving in the morning. A group of minstrels that Barnabas hired for the market week are playing their last night and giving it their all, passing a hat around, livening up the establishment with favorites of the local clientele. In one corner near the fireplace is a table that's reserved for the Bree Wardens. A couple of travelers are sitting there right now, but as soon as Barnabas spies you, he sends his boy Arden to clear them out. People greet you with nods and smiles or raise a tankard, and after the biting chill of the evening air, the place feels warm and welcoming.
I beeline for the table and don't make eye contact with anyone. And then
You
I put my
beeline
book
it for the
up and I
table.
sit
You
down.
kind of push it's very packed. It's like super packed. Like you really kind of have to kind of squeeze through, and the two strangers are kind of getting kicked off your table, kind of protest a little bit, but eventually sort of move away and let you grab your usual table.
And I sit with my hood up and my arms crossed, just like pouting.
Is something bothering you, man?
Yeah, I just don't like this place anymore.
Still not getting along with Holly.
it's just dumb. It's dumb. And that's why I gave up drinking, so that I never have to come here. So, it's fine.
As you are sitting around the table waiting for Faron to come back, you will be able to order some food, get some drinks, whatever you want. The place seems to just be getting more and more packed. There's people crammed in every nook and cranny. The music's going, the fireplace is roaring. You're almost starting to sweat now. It's so warm and so packed with people.
I haven't seen this place this busy in months.
And it's kind of like the last big hurrah during the winter. There's not a lot of traveling or a lot of people that come around here. So it's kind of like the last, kind of like, yeah, like as I was saying, the last big hurrah of the summer and all that. Eventually, just as your plates sort of come back, your boss, Carlin, will return and find his way to the table with y'all. And you will be able to enjoy a very fine meal, very fine drink, and have a chance to discuss or plan ahead what you want to do.
So then Len said, I dare you. Kel said, I dare you, Lan, to go steal those apples. And I stole them. And then I put them back because I felt so bad. I felt so bad about stealing the apples. I literally went and I placed them back on the branches of the tree. And Kel made so much fun of me. Oh my God. I hope he is coming to town, you guys, because I know he's that guy,
I just hope he doesn't stay for too long.
You liked
honest.
him once, boss. You liked him once, boss.
Once.
You did. I distinctly remember the two of you getting along very well.
We did. I saw him as sort of a protege, as were, took him under my wing, trained him up, ready to replace me when I retired, but then everything went a bit south and we didn't part on the best of terms. So him coming back is a bit of a rubbing salt in the wound, I believe, is the phrase.
Yeah, I just still think that there's good in him somewhere, even with everything that happened with his departure.
Just some of the time runs in the wrong crowd.
I mean, that's where I started and then ended up here.
Well, I mean, I did find you camped outside the town for some reason, and then invited you in, and you've never left, and I'll be honest with you, I'm quite glad you stayed.
I am too.
Hear, hear.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Clink.
Blink.
Oh, it got on my hand. I lick it off my hand.
Is there anyone in the Prance and Pony that is not familiar to any of us? Any strangers?
Yeah, there would be a number of people. I mean, it's really packed, which kind of makes it hard to really kind of get a good look at everyone. But, this is the time of year where it gets really busy. So there'd certainly be, I would say, probably half the patrons are people that you're either not super familiar with or that you don't know. It's really...
Is the merchant that I was talking to earlier, is he in here or is he still out at his stall?
No, he'd be here.
Okay. I'd find him and just be like, hey, I'm sorry I didn't make it back for that hot chocolate. Let me
Oh, no, that's fine. I drank it. I hope it's okay. It was getting cold. I just figured, if you came back, I should make you another one.
No, it's fine. Let me grab you a beer real quick and then go.
Oh, that's very kind of you.
Go do that and be like, have you happened to have ever heard of a group called the Headless Cross by chance?
Like, don't say that out loud, man.
Really? Okay. Well,
You don't want to invoke their name. Bad luck.
what? Just bad luck, or is it? Have you run into
No, I've
them?
never
or
run
heard?
into them myself, but a lot of people talk about them in merchant circles. They spread like the plague. They're everywhere. They started out just a couple of scoundrels, and now they're spreading out everywhere. They're in all the cities. They're in Lake Town. They're in Tharbad. They apparently go all the way even across the mountain.
Oh, didn't realize they had spread that far.
Apparently they've been active for a very long time. We're just starting to hear about them up north here now, but down in the south, apparently they've been just growing and festering for the longest time. They're just dark business, you know, not like highway robbers or anything, but just really dark business, murder, things of that nature. Just not good people. I wouldn't speak their name out loud.
Okay, good to know. You were talking about heading south, correct? After you left here?
Yeah, my wife's got family in Tharbad, so we're going to head down there for the winter, probably.
Yeah,
Getting a little rough up here.
just be careful on the way down. I've kind of hearing mixed things kind of all up and down the road.
Oh, don't worry, I'm always careful. You don't get to be as old as I am, and you're not careful, but I take your meaning, and I'll be extra cautious. So you be careful up here, too. We're starting to hear talk of orcs and trolls and this other thing that we don't mention. This place used to be a nice, quiet little town, and it's just, I don't know, feels like the shadow's spreading, you know?
Yeah, well,
Well, thanks for the beer. I appreciate it. I'm gonna have this one, then go home, or my wife's gonna beat me with the broom again.
cheers, and then, yeah, start heading back towards the table.
As you
Yeah.
head back towards the table, you almost bump into the barmaid who was coming over to the table, and you sort of jostle a little bit. She's like, "Oh, are you okay?" And you hear her voice, Rachel, and you know it's Holly, and she's just a few feet away from you at the table, and she was bringing back a plate full of mugs, of empty mugs, and they've kind of rattled off and kind of fallen all around, and trying to pick them up. She's like, "I'm really sorry, I didn't see you come in. There's just too many people."
Oh, no worries, and I help her pick them up and
Oh, thanks.
Just put
That's
'em back on the
very
tray.
nice of you.
Leanne's watching this entire interaction, just like,
You finish helping her with the glasses. It's like, "Oh, could I bring you anything? Could I?" And then she turns and she sees the rest of the table.
just be like, no, I think we're good for now. Appreciate it, though.
Okay.
I'm like looking at the ceiling.
She's talking to you, but you know she's kind of got her eye on Lance.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I was very careless. Thanks. I appreciate the help.
And
I say to Aelwyn, this place has got good beams. Yes.
solid.
Solid
Great
beam.
construction. Yep. Yep.
Humans are weird.
And as Holly's sort of walking away, she says, "Oh,
Can you tell us what she looks like?
yeah." So she's just kind of a very she's this very willowy young human woman. She's got long curly brown hair, and she's someone she was raised on the farm, so she's used to she used to working hard, so she's got some strength in her hands and her arms, and she's someone who's always kind of on the go, very energetic, and she's just the apple of your eye. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, she's just so great. She's just awesome. Whatever.
Everyone loves her. She's Holly.
Yeah, literally everyone loves her. It's whatever.
And so she, as she's about to walk away, she turns over and she goes, I'm sorry, Len, but I just thought you'd want to know your friend's here. And she points over.
What? Sorry, were you were talking to me?
I'm sorry, I just thought you'd want to know. And she turns around and
Wait, which friend?
Yeah.
so you look in the direction where she pointed, and almost as if by magic, the crowd is kind of parted. And sitting, really kind of splayed out, like, like men do, like in the subway or something, with the legs kind of straight out there. Hair nicely slicked back, beautiful little fur coat around his neck, nice leather traveling gear, beautiful boots, nice sword at his belt, couple of rings, looking like $1 million, just sitting there and looking straight at your table is your old friend, Kel Halfmoon, who when you turn and look in his direction, raises his stein of beer in your direction, smiles, and takes a drink. You notice there's almost no one around him, like people are kind of giving him sort of a bit of a berth, but he's sitting there kind of like he owns the place. And this is a little bit at odd with the Kel that in that Kel was always kind of, he was kind of a go-getter and a bit of a, he was always out there and whatnot, and he was very popular, but he wasn't like Mr. Slick, And now he's just sitting there like he never left, like he owns the place. Man,
I'm gonna scoff at seeing him and seeing all the rings on his finger and how fancy he looks. I'm just gonna go, what does he think he is, the Lord of the Rings?
Oh.
And you get a point of shadow for that.
Oh my god. No,
Equals shadow.
please
Sorry.
no.
I saw an opportunity and I took it.
I
Out with you.
I leap to my feet and I go, Kel, you son of a bitch! And I run across the tavern and like tackle him to the ground to just start wrestling.
And he totally plays back with you. Like as soon as he saw you come in, he downed the rest of his stein and put it there, and with a big smile.
Yeah, it's like, it's like full. It's like actual full punches. It's kind of concerning. Like they're like fully like decking each other, but like just laughing their asses off.
People kind of just step away and kind of give a bit of berth, and the two of you roll around for a while.
I like push one of the tables over, and then I stand back up. I go, oh my god, you've been gone so long.
I know you missed me. I know you did. It's okay. It's fine. It's perfectly normal.
Hey, I didn't miss you that much because I got your job. So I got a job now.
I left you my job.
You left me your job, but really I earned it by being so much better than you.
Knowing you probably stole it.
You're the thief here, not me. I always put everything back that I steal, and you know.
I don't know. Because
Yeah.
I hear things. I've been gone for a while, but I come back and all of a sudden it's like everyone's just dying to tell me what's been going on. And I hear you're stealing hearts and not giving them back.
Oh, okay. Is that what your sister told you? Because that, if anything, she is the one. You know what? I don't want to get into it right now. I really don't. Let's just have a drink.
Let's go see our friends. I'm sure they're dying to see me also.
Yeah, about that. They're a little bit pissed, so you might just want to be careful.
Is Carlin still ticked off?
I'll let you talk to him and find out. Like she's kind of thinking like, I'm gonna sit back and watch this play out and like let them get all their drama on the table.
Not ticked off like he's gonna try to use me as a sheath for his axe, right?
he would resort to violence in a public space. I mean, he is in charge of all of us law-abiding citizens. So I don't think he's gonna stab you, but you know.
Does he know you're the biggest miscreant in town?
No, it's not me anymore. It's, you know who it is now? It's Crabapple's nephew. He's the one who's getting in trouble.
Oh, Tolliver? That beanpole? Man, I used to kick his ass all the time.
Oh, I know. Yeah, he's such an idiot. Anyway, let's go.
They come back. He grabs, as he's walking, he just kind of reaches out and grabs steins of beer that seem to appear out of nowhere, full, cold. And when he gets to the table, he's got like one for everyone.
And I have purposefully messed up his slicked back hair too. So it's like
Absolutely. It's
a
kind of
little bit more homey now and less fancy.
He puts the beers down. My friends, it's been so long. I'm so glad to see all of you. Let's have a toast. A toast to renewed friendships. And he picks up his mug and holds it up.
I
He
grunt
would
at
stand
him.
up.
Yeah, I grunt at him and do not pick the drink up.
Yeah, neither does Aelwyn. She doesn't go for her drink either. She just goes, so what brings you back to town?
Do you
Faron would have stood up to like accept the drink, and that like would have done it too.
You're the only one.
Yeah.
Provided, as always. He cheers with, takes a swig, puts it down. You're not still angry, are you? Come on. It's been forever.
You hear
I
a
missed you.
clatter on the table as I pull my side axe off and just slam it on the table. Not so it's like embedded in the table, but I just sort of throw it up on the table just to show how angry
Still
I
as
am.
grumpy as ever. I can't believe it. You're still mad. Come on, you old bugger, and punches you in the shoulder. Come on. Yeah, let go of that anger. It's not good for you. I want to say something here, guys. As he sits down with you, again, people have kind of made space around you. Regardless of how you feel about him, as he sits down with you, there is something, and you can't put a finger on it, but there is something that is a little off-putting about him. Like, I'm going to use the word repugnant, but not in a way that is disgusting or anything. There's just something that kind of turns you off of him. Like, you know, it's just something kind of off and creepy a little bit, sort of. Not, and again, not creepy in the sense of he was man-spreading and all that, but it's something more than that. It's very difficult to, and if you are happy to see him, you're still happy to see him, but you're kind of like, you know, feel kind of like a distance or something that's there. And you do notice that people kind of give you a bit of a wide berth. Like, well, I, for one, am happy to see you all. I know I've been gone a long while, and I know I didn't leave under the best of circumstances, and certainly I have some bridges to mend with some of you, but, and with one hand, he puts his hair perfectly back the way it was before. But I'm here to make amends. I've gone far and seen many things, and well, I've certainly come to realize that I miss you. I miss my friends. I miss the old town. I miss just walking around the green with you and picking up gossip and hanging out here at Prancing Pony, drinking the butterbeer. I miss all of it. And the world out there is fascinating, and it's full of strange and wonderful things. And I was very successful. I'm very lucky. And well, I'm hoping I can come back here and mend some of the bridges that have perhaps been damaged, and share some of my experiences with you. Perhaps in time we can be friends again.
Harlem smells BS. Can I inside check him?
Roll your insight.
So 13 for a 16.
Very good. You feel that he's being very honest.
What is your angle?
My angle.
Yes, why? What's your reason for coming back to town? And don't tell me it's nostalgia.
Well, I won't tell you it's nostalgia, but it is. It's homesickness. It's the comfort of the home, the comfort of friends, the comfort of this place. It's been
Ellen
exciting.
just turns and looks at Carlum and just gives him a knowing look, like this is bullshit.
It's been exciting. I'm not gonna lie. I've seen and done things that, well, when you're stuck in a little town like this all your life, you can't imagine it really. You think you know what the world out there is like, but it's not. It's quite something. And I've gone out there and I've had a taste of it, and I've been successful. And now I'm happy to bring back some of that success with me. And I'm not saying I'm not going to go out again at some point, but certainly, I certainly long for the simplicity of life here and the warmth of the life here.
I look towards Aelwind because out of the four of us, I reckon we're the two most cynical as to what's going on here. And I'll just, with my arms crossed, I'll just look towards Kale and just go, you wouldn't happen to have one question for you, boy. Have you got anything to do with the Headless Cross that we've seen popping up around these parts lately? Be honest.
Oh, come on, Carlum. This is Kel. What could he possibly have to do with those guys? Right? Right, Kel?
The Headless Cross. Not sure I know the name.
Inside
look
check.
around.
He doesn't see, guys. I mean, come
Go ahead and
on.
insight, and you do have a whole bunch of advantages kicking around too. But
Yeah,
trying
sure. I'll take it.
He's trying to bend bridges. You know.
I don't want to incite him. I want to look at the crowd when the Headless Cross comes up and see if anyone kind of piques their interest.
okay, give me a perception check. You.
All right.
What do you got? The dice picking up.
I have not rolled over a 5 this entire game.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I got a 10 total. So
I got a 17.
Well, with the 10 total, you certainly. I'm not gonna say you feel he's telling the truth, because I always kind of find that you're just finding it difficult to tell whether or not he's super genuine. There's nothing that leads you to believe he's not, but at the same time, you're kind of feeling like you don't want to trust him. On that specific thing about the Headless Cross. And you rolled a, Faron?
17.
Right. With a 17, you will notice that a bit further down the way, there's a group of men at the table. Now that people have kind of moved away from you because Kel's sitting with you and they've kind of opened up the space around you, you can see that there's a table of men not too far who you kind of catch one glancing over a couple times over at where you are. They're just sort of sitting in the corner, minding their own business, but you don't know them. And a couple times one of them has sort of shot a glance your way.
Okay.
Hell, I'm of course so glad that you're back. I don't understand, if you were so successful and doing all these great things and seeing the world, all of this shit that I'm so jealous of, why would you come back to this? She holds her tongue from saying anything bad about the town.
I came back to get you. I want you guys to come with me. There are so many opportunities out there, so many amazing things to see, things you can't even dream. I mean, some of you have traveled a little bit, but I think if we were together, if we were a fellowship of friends.
Well, you just said you came back here to kind of
Oh, I do. I
get
want
back
to.
to your.
I want to
To your
spend,
roots.
but you know I'm going to get that wandering lust again. I'm just saying that I want to come here, enjoy the winter, you know, get back here a little bit, but I think that come the spring, I want to go out again, and I would like you all to come with me. Come and see the world. Come and see what's out there beyond these walls.
I mean, that sounds amazing, right, guys? Right? Oh,
Do
maybe
you
not.
have a area in mind?
We could go anywhere. We can go to Linden to see the elves. We can go to the mountains to see the dwarves. We can head off south, and there's so many things to see. Have you ever heard of the Plains of Rohan?
No.
The horses they have there, incredible. The people, the warmth of them, the beauty of that land, golden fields as far as the eye can see. Incredible.
Yeah, I'm in. Sounds
Of course
amazing.
you are.
Yeah.
Look, I understand. I understand. I didn't leave under the best of circumstances. It's fine. And one of the reasons I want to stay here this winter is I want to make amends. I want us to rebuild the friendship and trust that we had. And if you feel after the winter is gone, if you feel I haven't changed and I'm not worthy of your friendship anymore, I'll accept that. And then that's fine. And then you can be all grumpy and put your axe on the table and stare at me side-eyed and grunt, and that's fine. I'll accept that. You'll have earned that right. But at least give me the chance. Just give me that chance. And I'm not asking you to make up your mind tonight. Look, I know you've been working all day. It's been a long day. I myself am pretty tired. Just came in from Tharbad. I've been riding nonstop for a couple of days. I also need to get some rest. But look, just think about it. Maybe I'm going to go around town the next couple of days, see some people, make up things. Some people I owe some money and so on and so forth, and I'll pay all that up. And a few days from now, let's meet up again, right here at the table, like we used to back in the day.
I can at least agree
all
to
your
that.
questions. All right? I'll answer
Well-
all your questions. We'll
Well-
play cards. Has anyone taught her how to play poker yet?
They haven't.
All right.
I feel
I think I'm gonna be great at it.
Oh, you are.
Yeah.
yes. I feel that with all of the talk, I may have missed it, but I feel that you didn't answer my question.
Which, the one about the one about the headless cross thing?
Yes.
No, I honestly, I've not. I don't know anything about it. Should I?
Just trying to see if there's any coincidence or anything.
Can I do an insight check?
Sure.
Can I do it with disadvantage? Because I want
With
to believe
disadvantage,
me.
you can do it with disadvantage if you want.
I still got a 16 with disadvantage.
You probably need to send some of your dice to Ashley.
Yeah, you want them?
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Hook your sister
It'll
up.
just take a couple of days for them to get here.
My friend Charlie made me these, so you have to give them back.
He is not lying.
Okay. I clap my hand on his shoulder and then I say, I can't wait to hear about all your crazy adventures.
Oh, you'll dig it the most. I have some great ones. I'll let you be. I'm sure you want to talk amongst yourselves and sort of hash this out. Your bill's covered tonight. I've taken care of everything. Drink, eat, whatever you want.
What a guy, am I right, guys? Folks,
I'm glad to see you all again. You're all looking
I'd raise a
so
glass
happy.
and just be like, "Thank you. It's good to see you again."
He kind of reaches out and there's like another full beer right in his hand again, and he clinks it with you and I missed this. All right. Anybody know if that barmaid's seeing anyone? She's kind of good looking. I'm gonna go talk to her. Catch you guys later.
that's your sister. That's disgusting.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Hey, sorry.
That's disgusting.
No, sorry. Chris forgot.
No.
Chris forgot.
What
Chris
the
forgot.
hell, man?
The
That's
other one.
really
The other one.
The other one. The other one.
I know you meant the other one. I'm just fucking with you.
The guy. He gets up and heads out. Faron, as he gets up and leaves, you notice that the 4 guys that were at the table also get up and start making their way and head out behind him.
At that point, I'd turn to Carlum and be like, "We need to follow those 4."
Didn't he say he just came from Tharbad? Wasn't that where people were coming into town from Tharbad?
Yeah, they just slipped past the guy. It's fine. Now we know who they are.
Well, not only that, but they perked up a little bit too much when the headless cross was mentioned.
Guys, he wasn't lying about the headless cross. I know him.
He might not be, but we should follow them.
Yeah, there's nothing to say
We're
that
not
he's not
following
working
Keel.
for them without knowing.
We're not following Keel, we're following those guys.
Trouble does seem to find him.
I don't know. He seems like he's doing pretty well for himself.
As you're contemplating this, you hear screams coming from outside, and someone at the door goes, "Call the wardens! Call the wardens! They're fighting!"
All right, it's us.
Yep.
Let's
all
go.
meet up.
Oh, hang on, Fargon. Sorry, excuse me. You have my axe.
And my bow.
And my sword.
All right.
And this
Perfect.
cheese.
Perfect. You head up, and
Man.
as the people sort of look and are aware that you guys, the Brewerns are moving, they kind of part and you make your way out. You get outside the inn and you find yourself in the sort of Mark Square area, and it's surrounded. There's all these wagons that are kind of covered and locked up and kind of ready to go with the merchants that are about to leave. So it's kind of very quiet right now. The night has fallen. It's a little dark, but you can see all these different wagons and these different stalls that are kind of closed up and just sort of ready. So when you come out of the inn, you find yourselves over here coming out of the inn, and we'll do your initiative in a second. And you can sort of sort yourselves out where you want to be. You notice that there's those 4 fellows that were inside. And you can see they're kind of looking at something, and over here, it's hard to see what's going on, but there appears to be some sort of altercation or fight. And these 4 guys are not involved in it, but they're kind of there and kind of checking out what's going on and sort of keeping an eye out.
Are these the guys that left with Kel?
Yeah.
Or different guys? Okay.
Yeah. So
Which we
let's roll
should've followed
initiative.
them.
Let's roll an initiative.
So exciting.
Oh, I rolled above a 5 for the first time
Nice.
Ooh.
for initiative.
So if you want to do me a favor, if you left click on your token, it'll pop up a little label and you can write what your initiative is there. And we're not going to roll initiative at every round. We'll just keep the same initiative just to sort of.
22, baby.
Nice.
Got a 19 on the die.
8.
I am speedy at the sound of excitement in this town for once.
I rolled a 17 for a 17.
I rolled an 11 for a 17.
Oh my god!
Thank God for those bonuses.
I have a lot of bonuses. I really can't roll tonight.
Oh man, I might need Bleak to look at my character sheet, 'cause now I'm wondering if I'm missing anything.
22.
Later.
You go first at 22.
I'm first.
Lan, yep.
Can I kind of discern like insight or something to like what's going on, or do I just have to run over there?
You could, if you wanted, climb up on on top of this wagon. Oops, that's not what I want to do. Climb up
Oh
on
yeah.
top of the wagon
Can
there
I
and
use
sort of see what's going on.
acrobatics to get up
Yeah.
on that wagon?
Absolutely, go for it.
Cool. You all know my strength is not great. That's a 13.
That's good enough. There's nothing really too difficult about it. You come up there and you put your foot on the wheel and you grab the rope and you kind of pull yourself up. And as you jump up, these guys are going to kind of react, seeing you go there. You see
What's going
on the ground here, you see Kel lying on the ground, bleeding. And there is a strange figure, very big, very hulking, with a long black cloak, two-handed sword on the back, but it's kind of squatting and sort of leaning. And you're seeing the figure from the back, so you can't sort of see him. Kel's on the ground in front of it. And this figure is holding a knife that's got blood sort of dripping off, and it's just sort of squatting there and kind of leaning over where Kel is.
I see someone attacking my friend, so I fire my crossbow at him.
You will do that on your next action because your action was to acrobatics your way up onto the thing.
Wait, don't I get movement and an action?
Yeah, but since you had to use the skill, it counts as an action. If you were just moving, it would be just moving, but you had to climb on top of this thing.
Can I use my bonus action to have gotten on the wagon so that I can use my action still? Because I have cunning action.
Just go ahead and use your action. That's fine. Make an attack.
Yay. Okay. I think that is 18 on the die. Pretty sure I add a +5. So 23 to hit.
All right. You hit. Give me some damage.
Yes. Okay. That is only 6 piercing damage.
All right. Your bolt comes in and hits, and you hear a thunk of metal, but it seems like it goes and it hurts, and the figure turns around. And when he does, you can look at the map, and I will show you what you see. Eventually, it will catch up to us. But as this figure turns around,
oh my god,
you can see that there's this black cloak, and this person, whoever it is quite big and very, very burly and very muscle. And they're obviously wearing some sort of metal mask with these red fangs that are jutting out of the mouth. And the eyes inside are look almost like flames, or there's this sort of orangey, reddish glow to the eyes inside the mask. And they're holding a hand axe in one hand and this dagger that's dripping blood on the other. And they're wearing this sort of armor that looks like it's made of fire almost. There's just this sort of orange, black orangish glow to the breastplate that they're wearing.
That's scary.
And your bolt hits it, and you hear and it turns around and it looks at you. At 17, then it'll be a bunch of them, but also Aelwind and Carlin. So I'm assuming Aelwind is probably faster, so we'll start with Aelwind, and then we'll go to Carlin, and then we'll go to the NPCs.
Okay.
100%.
Aelwind will, as a free action, touch this ancient brooch that she's got on her shirt, and she will invoke the use of Spirit of Ancients. So with a chant, she'll go, Esperato Vistaio, and it will invoke the spirit with a short elvish chant, and I get determination, which gives me +1 on all my rolls for the scene.
Nice.
So that's my free action. Then I'm going to try to do a little bit of a Legolas swing up to the top of that wagon thing and see if I can get up there as well.
No problem. Throw me an acrobatic or athletics check. I did want to say, Lan, when you looked at this creature, you got a point of shadow.
Oh no!
Yes.
Am I the first one to get shadow?
You're the first one to get shadow.
Hey, what's up, guys? I win. I win the game. I'm the
You
most
did, it's
shadow.
over. Like we can all walk away now. Nat 20.
Nat 20. All right. So
For
Finally.
oh gosh. Are we, what would it be, like acrobatics? 26.
all right, look, since you said you were doing a Legolas thing,
Yeah.
and you got the nat 20, I will let you do a whole thing where you kind of, with your nat 20, you just sort of, almost as if you're walking on air, kind of just make your way to the top there, making it super effortless. Lan, if she wasn't transfixed by this figure that she just saw, would be like, always got to show off. But I will let you get up there in one swift move and take a shot with your natural 20.
Okay.
Tell me
Yes.
where you want to take that shot.
I will take my shot at the creature that is attacking this ne'er-do-well individual.
Right.
With his fanged mask.
Go for it.
You're not going to believe it's a nat 20 again.
Nice. See? Josh was
When
right.
you need it.
All right, I used up all the other ones. Now it's only 20s. Yes. So that would be
Full dice damage and then roll and add your bonuses.
okay. That would be 13 damage and plus another, what do you say, like another, so I would roll, my regular thing would be d8 plus 5, so I get max damage, then I roll again.
D8 plus D8 plus 5.
Okay. So add another 3 on that.
All right, nice. Good. So as he's kind of turned and is staring at Lane, your arrow comes in and plunks him in the shoulder. And he turns on, he looks at you, and now you see his face and his eyes are right on you. And you feel this wave of sort of despair that's just flowing towards you, and the shadow that sort of crosses your heart. You take a point of shadow also as this creature stares upon you with its baleful eyes. Josh?
I would like to, as my action, I'm going to ready my shield and battle axe.
Mhm.
I'm going to move 25 feet to there.
So yeah, don't worry about
images are
25
ready.
feet. You can go wherever you want within
Okay.
the main area of the zone. I don't count movement.
Okay.
I don't count the steps of the movement. You still
Okay.
have an action to move, but you can go wherever you want.
Oh, okay. I was going to use an ability then, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to. What I want to do is get myself as in between this shadowy figure and Kel as I can. Pretty much, if I can, stand over Kel with the shield in his way. So if this creature tries to attack him again, I can block it.
Right. As you approach the creature and it sees you and it turns towards you, you too will feel this wave of darkness just sweep over you, and it'll take a point of shadow as you approach this thing. And you want to move there and kind of try to interpose yourself. You can see that Kel is sort of holding himself. He's been stabbed in the chest and sort of trying to hold himself, and he looks really pale, like he's not doing too well.
I'm just going to shout out to the others, we need to get Kel out of here now.
And then at 17, the NPC. Oh, was there anything else? Sorry.
No, that's it. I was going to say, and that's my turn.
So at 17, the NPCs are going to move. This one's going to come at you. This one's going to come at you. And this one's going to come at you.
Wait, I thought they were with Gel.
They're coming for him.
No.
Faron, that's an 18. Assuming that hits.
18, yeah.
Yeah, right. As this this doofus is wielding a short blade, it'll hit you for 7 points of damage.
Okay.
The one coming at Elwind, that's a 17 plus 3, so it'll be a dirty 20.
Yeah, that hits.
And that's 7 points also as he lashes out and cuts you on the leg since you're standing a little higher. On land, there'll be a 17 total with plus 3.
Okay.
Does that hit you, Lan?
I'm pretty sure it does. Yeah, I only have leather armor.
7 points. I keep rolling 5 on this d6. 7 points of damage
Oof.
as this sword hits you. And then on you, Harlem, so that's 12, so that's a 15. The hit.
Nope. I'll block it with my shield as it comes in.
You block with your shield. The other one, the scary one, turns at you. And he's going to take a couple of attacks at you. This one will miss. This one will be a 16, 17.
Nope, that misses. I block that with my shield as well. Almost try to smack it out of his hand.
And as he does that, you see his eyes sort of flare a little bit, and he does this weird thing where he seems to kind of fold in on himself and become almost kind of like a shadow. And he steps out, and you see him sort of disappear, and he reappears here on the wagon. The two of you feel this sudden shadow and dark presence just sort of appear behind you and kind of weigh down on you where you are. All right, that will be 8. We'll go to Faron.
All right, so I am just gonna swing back at him with my sword. So that will be that was a nat 20.
Nice.
Yes,
So-
another
Get it.
Yeah. Do you do anything special with nat 20s?
Yeah, so
Or
you
is it
get
just-
full damage for the dice, and then you roll the dice and add your bonus.
Okay. So 6 plus 4, 10, and then so 13 total.
All right, nice. He looks bloodied.
Q.
Going back up to the top, then it will be 22. Will be Lan.
That's me. All right. I will, with my other hand, take out my dagger and try to stab the guy who just attacked me.
Go for it.
All right. Let's see. It's hard to do with cat. Oh, she just attacked it. All right. Ooh, 18 on the dice. That's
That
gonna
hits.
be yeah.
That's good. Give me some damage.
Oh yeah, that's it was a 23 to hit. So 5 plus 8 piercing damage.
Nice.
And I know I don't have sneak attack.
Do you do anything else?
I guess I will bonus action. I think I'll bonus action hide, like in this cart.
Not sure how that works. Can you try that even if people are like in melee with you?
So cunning action is I can take a bonus action on each of my turns in combat, and I can use it to dash, disengage, or hide.
Okay. Go for it. Give me a stealth roll.
Cool. Ooh, that is a. Let's see. 16 plus 4, so dirty 20.
All right. So you kind of slip down and get yourself between some of the crates, and then manage to kind of move around and find yourself kind of hidden, standing there. 17 will be everybody else, basically. So
Okay.
we'll start again with Ellen.
So I'm like sandwiched between two people.
Yeah.
Then I am gonna pull my short sword and drop my bow and try to attack this scary dude who just showed up behind me.
Okay.
And I would like to do that with advantage.
Go for it.
I'm back to suffering. Yep. Okay, so that's only a 13.
That
Okay.
misses. Anything else you want to do?
Oh man. I don't think I get any cool other stuff, do I? No. Okay. Nope, I don't. That's it.
Okay. Next up will be Carlin.
Seeing Kel is bleeding out, I'm just gonna let out a bit of a battle cry, bit of a battle fury as I attack into this person in front of me. So with battle fury, when I make my first attack, I get advantage on the roll.
Okay.
They will have advantage on me until the start of my next turn. I also get resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage at the same time.
Barbarian action.
One was a 2, one was a 14, so that's a 19 to hit.
That hits.
We're rolling high.
High rolls. So that
We're
is
high
going
rollers.
to be that is going to be 11 points of slashing damage.
Excellent. He's bloodied.
I'm going to try and bring the axe down into his shoulder.
You manage. As you do that, you notice, now that you're up close to him, under the hood on his cheek, he has a mark that looks kind of like, you're not sure if it's a scar or a tattoo, but it's like an inverted cross with 3 dots.
Oh my god.
That freaks me out slightly, but I composed myself and I will hold my position over Kel. That's my
And
turn.
he will attempt to attack you. And with a 18, we'll get a 21.
Yes, that'll hit.
And that'll be 4 points of damage.
Reduced to 2 because I have resistance.
Awesome. This one is sort of trying to look for. Oops, that's a d6. For you, rolls a 3. He's kind of poking his sword into the thing, trying to find you. The one in front of Aelwind misses with a 10. The one at Fargon misses with a 3. You guys are getting lucky. And this feller here will do. Let's see, first of all. Yeah. All right. So on Aelwind, 21.
Yep.
All right. It's 6 damage, and give me a Constitution roll and take a shadow point.
Okay. Let's see, that is. That would be 16 Constitution.
All right. When he hits you with the dagger, you kind of feel a coldness spreading in you, like there's something from the dagger that's kind of trying to get into you, but your determination, your grit sort of manages to resist it. And when he pulls away the dagger, you're left with the wound, but you feel that whatever it was trying to leave inside of you is kind of going out with it and does not stay inside of you. He, at that point, looks down straight at you, Rachel. He looks at you, and
I'm
he's
hiding though.
yeah, he looks straight at you.
Damn.
And you can't, he's got a mask, but you just know that he's smiling and he winks. And then he sort of jumps back. And again, he does that weird folding thing, but this time the shadows envelop him and then explode into this flock of black birds that just spread out and take off into the night.
Have I ever seen magic before?
Nothing like that. No.
I'm like
It is
freaking
incredibly impressive. You also take a point of shadow.
Can you so what's the number we're trying not to hit of our shadow?
You start getting in trouble when you hit half your wisdom level. Whatever your wisdom is, half that
Okay, our wisdom score or wisdom modifier?
score.
Score, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Thank
you.
And then at 8.
I'm going to attack the guy in front of me again.
So you hit automatically. As when you go to hit, you see he looks over his shoulder, he sees the other guy kind of transform or burst out into these blackbirds and kind of fly off. And then he turns towards you and he's got this completely serene look on his face. And just as you go to hit, he drops his defense and lets you hit. So go ahead and roll damage.
Okay. And if it's close, incapacitate. Yeah, not trying to kill him.
Okay.
8 points.
8 points. That unfortunately is one more. They have 20.
We
You
don't-
did 13 earlier, so with D8.
It's a 6
You
for
try
this
to
roll.
you try to pull back, and it's just the fact that he drops his guard, you just kind of ram right into it. And he dies, and he's got this smile on his face like he's achieved his greatest goal. And he just kind of falls and slides off your sword. And you see the mark that's on his cheek sort of flares. You see it too now, and it flares up. And then his cheek just sort of looks like it starts to burn a little bit and becomes this kind of scar tissue, like a burn scar tissue.
Does it look like the symbol we saw?
Yeah.
Okay, like exactly like it.
Yeah. All right. So back up at 22. You're
You're
muted.
muted.
Oh, hello. Sorry. Do I see this mark on this guy's face now? The one closest to me?
Yeah, the one that's kind of rummaging around. You see it. You see that he's got that mark there.
I want to pop out of hiding to attack him and do sneak attack.
Go for it.
Okay, that is a 21 to hit.
That hits.
So I'm doing
Sneaky
3d6 plus 3 damage.
Gonna use your other thing.
What?
Your other thing that gives you the extra.
Yeah. And I pull out or I just like give a little tug on my little bag that I have. I have this little bag kind of on my shoulder, and I touch that very quickly, and then I reach out and I stab this guy. So that's 4d6 plus 3. 4, 8, 11, 14 damage.
Nice.
I want to like go under the wagon and like slash at his calves, like at his Achilles tendon.
Not a problem. You do that. He falls to the ground. Just clutching his leg. So we'll say he's down here and you're down there. Back to 17 will be Aelwind.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. You know what? She'll. All right. I guess she'll try to. I'm so much better with a bow and not in hand-to-hand combat. She'll just slash him. See if this works with advantage.
Go for it.
Okay. 13. Wait. No, there's more. Plus 20. Dirty 20.
That hits.
Okay. And then that is sword 6 plus 5. Okay. 8 damage.
Nice. He is now also bloodied. Do you want to do anything else?
I cannot do anything else.
Calrum?
I am going to let the hilt of the axe slide down my hand, so my hand is closer to the head of the axe, and I'm going to gut punch the guy in front of me. I'm looking to do it non-lethally using Battle Fury.
Okay, go for it.
That will be a 23 to hit. I rolled a 17.
Yeah, that hits.
And that will be... That'll be 11 points of non-lethal damage.
He doubles over and falls to the ground.
And then...
To move?
One second, because I thought he might still be alive. No, okay, I can't do what I want. No, I'm just going to turn to Kel and begin to start administering first aid. I know I can't do it at the minute, but I'm going to begin the process. But that's my turn.
All right, no problem. So on their round, the one that's on the ground is holding his leg. There's nothing he can do about it. The one that is facing you, Elwyn, is going to try to back out. So you get a attack of opportunity on him
Yeah, I'll take it.
as he attempts to turn and get out of there.
That would be 17, 18.
Yep. That hits.
Okay. And that would be. Ooh, yeah. So I got my max damage of 11.
Nice. As he turns, you take a swing and he tries to kind of duck under it, but you see him go and you pivot and bring your sword down and manage to get him, and he falls to the ground. Quite dead also. Very good. And at 8, Faron.
So the guy in front of me,
He
I mean,
dead.
there's not much I can do besides come around. And then, would I be able to do a sneak attack on that one?
Yeah, sure. He's on the ground.
Alright.
He's defenseless. You can just hit. You can just roll damage. He's holding his.
Oh, cool. Fargon, you get sneak attack too.
Yeah.
Awesome.
He's like the
So-
sneak attack. I think Ashley gets it.
I feel left out.
Yeah, well, you
You're
got like
just not
barbarian
sneaky,
rage
dork.
action. So you hit automatically. He's defenseless. So
Yeah, it's gonna be non-lethal. So,
okay.
um,
So
I mean, I cut the guy's arteries. So
if
I
you
don't
wanna
know.
knock him out, that's cool. You'll just come in with the butt of your sword and honk him out, and
yeah, 9
Yeah.
total. So,
no problem. All right. Just because we're sort of running a little bit over time here, you will. I've captured those two, and as you kind of take stock of sort of what's happening, see which ones of you are wounded. Callum, you're holding Kel, and you can see that there's something wrong with his wound. You can tell as you're trying to do some first aid that there appears to be some sort of darkness that's kind of spreading under his skin. And as he's lying there, and it doesn't look like he's gonna die. Like the wound looks bad, but it doesn't look like he's gonna die like in 2 more minutes kind of thing. Like there's some sort of weird infection or something that's going on. He grabs you by here and he pulls you close, and he's like, the curse, it followed me here. He is reaching in one of his pockets of his cloak, and he's pulls out what looks like a little scroll, and now it's kind of got his blood all over it, and he puts in your hands like, yo, find her. It's the only way to break this curse. I'm sorry, I brought it here to you. It will spread. You have to find her. She can break it. She can break it. And he pushes the scroll in your hand. And he looks up at you and he said, I'm sorry.
Stop talking. Elwind,
Yes.
have you seen anything like this before?
Have I?
Will you have, in that you know that some of the stories of the first war against Sauron and the Shadow, that some of the enemies that worked for Sauron had weapons that were made of a special metal that when it hit, it had a chance to create this sort of infection that would spread shadow through the body, and it might take number of days, it might take a few weeks even, depending on how strong the person is, but basically it's a death sentence that eventually at some point it's going to finish them off. It just depends on how strong they are. You know that it's more like, it's not really a disease or anything like that. You have old lore?
Yes, I believe so.
Right. So give me an old lore roll.
Nat 1.
Nat 1. There's something else. You remember
For 6.
there was something really important about it, something about how to cure it. And you're just not remembering it. It's too long ago.
I was there 10,000 years. No, I'm only like 200.
Oh, hey, by the way, I don't know if this helps, but you do have the power of folklore. Whenever you make an intelligence check related to one of these topics, you're considered proficient in the old lore skill and add double your proficiency bonus to the check. Would that help anything?
To add double my proficiency, I guess that would make it
An extra 2?
15, but still with a nat 1, you know. So
15?
yeah.
15? That's good. All right, that works. Actually, you do remember. There's an old story.
Oh, yes. Thank goodness. What was I thinking? I think I'm just bleeding too much.
The only way to ensure that it is cured, the weapon that made the wound has to be found and has to be melted down, according to a very sort of peculiar process that you know the details of, but we can get into that later.
We must find the fell blade that did this, or he will die.
Is there a apothecary, doctor type person, healer in the town?
Yeah, there is, and someone's gone to fetch them.
Okay.
Right enough to get them. People are starting to kind of gather around you. I do want to indicate to you all that you all get a shadow point. However, for this one, you get to make a charisma saving throw to see if you can resist it.
Nine.
Yeah, no.
13?
I need 14. Anybody get 14?
I rolled an 8.
All right, you'll get one more shadow point. The shadow point's not too bad though, because you'll get to take a long rest in your sanctuary, so you'll be fine. But as people are going around and finding, coming to help and all that, he's there and he's breathing raggedly, but he's not, he's not dying. You will unroll this scroll that you have, and there's written in a shaky hand in this scroll that's now stained with his blood. It says only 2 things. One, it says the Forsaken Inn, and below it says Arianthe Merendiel. And on that note, we will end tonight's first session with all your questions burning in the back of your mind. Do write them down if you want to make sure to remember, if you have questions you want to ask about it. Yes, it is the name.
Forsaken Inn and then just name.
Yeah,
It's the same elf that I know that's going to be at the Prancing Pony.
Yeah.
At some point.
Yeah, so I wanted to talk to you about it. So that would have occurred, and I'll get to you and I'll tell you what happened when that happened.
Oh,
The
okay.
one that was helping the drunk.
Yeah, exactly.
Whose axe we got back earlier.
Exactly. And the Forsaken Inn, you will know, is an inn that is situated a few days travel away on the East Road from Bree. And it is a hive of scum and villainy. It is this strange, dark inn where the worst of the worst gather. But we will see next week when we return to Bree and Middle Earth and find out exactly what that is all about and what exactly is the curse of Kelsaro. Thank you so much, gang. You were all so good. It was a lot of fun to meet these characters and see them evolve and work throughout this particular thing. I would like to go back around and give you all an opportunity again to tell us who you are, what you got going on, anything you want to share with us. We'll go in the same order that we went earlier. And so, Ashley, if you would like, please tell us what's up.
Hey everybody, I'm Ashley, Minnesota Muse 99 on Twitter, and you can, if you liked what I was doing, I'm doing something totally different on Tuesday for
Mhm.
Heroes of Greyhawk, where I play a cute little character and I'm so funny. So come by and check that lighthearted tear fest out. Yeah, this is all I'm doing right now.
It's plenty. It's plenty. Get your hands full. But thanks so much. It was a lot of fun to see you play this completely different character than the other one. So it's cool to see that happening. Thanks for playing. Appreciate you. Josh, next up, who's probably wanting to go to bed or is too wired right now.
Sorry, what? Yeah, I've had too much. Yes, I'm Josh. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at DevorKnight or at DevorKnight225, depending on where he goes, one or the other. I appear in various different places on the internet, but you might find me quite a lot on Roll Together RPG. Just search Roll Together RPG on Twitch, YouTube, or anything like that, and you'll probably see my face somewhere there.
Very likely. Stream team members of ours. Thank you so much, Josh, for making the time and for drinking all the coffee necessary to vibrate your way through this thing. Hopefully next week it won't be any harder for you. Thanks for showing up. Glad we finally get a chance to play together. Next up,
Got raided big time.
oh Lord Gazumba. Hey Jay, thank you so much for the raid. We were just finishing. We greatly appreciate you though. Thank you so much for the raid. Hey Armin, what's up? We had just finished playing some Lord of the Rings 5th edition. And we really appreciate you dropping in like this. Sorry that we have nothing better to offer you than our goodbyes, our heartfelt goodbyes. But you came in just in time to hear Arya speak of herself.
Hi,
What's up,
everyone.
Hi.
Thanks so much for rating, you guys. We're so happy to have you. My name is Arya Galaxy at Rachel. I am playing Lan Hardybow, our little mischievous, hard-headed, adventurous member of our crew. And you can find me on Twitter, where I talk about all things TTRPGs and space, at least when I'm not being hacked, because I don't know if you guys saw I got hacked and that was really annoying. But it's all good now. I have it back. And yeah, I'm so excited. If none of you have heard of Guild Superior before, please check us out. We have a Discord. We have all this great stuff. I just joined in October to the Discord, and now I have been streaming with these guys for many, many moons. And we're just so happy to have all of you. So thanks, everybody. Can't wait for next week.
Thank you very much, Arya. A pleasure to have you again in my table and to see this crazy little character you got going on. And you're right. I totally forgot that Holly was a sister, so that was kind of weird. But thanks.
Oh yeah, so my character's ex is the sister of one of our main characters. So that's fun.
Bad craziness. Thank you so much. And finally, we have Alex. What's up, Alex? Tell us what's up.
Thanks for having me. I'm playing Faron, Ranger from the North. You can find me on the Discords as well. I'm usually going by Do Not Microwave, so feel free to check those out and come by and say hi.
Cool. Thank you so much for hanging out. I hope you had a good time with us with your first game with us. I haven't killed your character yet, but 3 more games to go. I am the Bleakseason. You can find me at the Bleakseason on the socials. We have coming up next Tuesday our Greyhawk game with DM Dave, which Ashley and I play in, and we'll be right back here next Thursday with part 2 of The Curse of Cal Shadow, Lord of the Rings. Thank you to Andy, my producer. Thank you very much, sir. And thank you to everyone who hung out and chat with us. Thank you to Jay for the big raid there at the end. We appreciate all of you. And I think that's it. We're going to raid some friends of ours, Dad Boy Nate 795. Hang out, give them some Guild Superior love in the chat, blow them up. And we will see you next week right here in Middle Earth, because Middle Earth is awesome. Thank you so much, gang. Catch you later.